And we're
Oh,
live. So,
the weather button changed.
the what?
Oh, I just noticed the weather button on my end changed. This little green block.
Yeah, that's because it's new and improved, and yeah, it's pretty sexy too. What it's capable of doing. But
Okay.
we'll get to that soon, hopefully. Nevertheless, last we left off. Last we left off, we began the session with this figure in the sky. Seemed to be in some sort of a death spiral, raking at its own body, raking at its own face and head as its wings are not necessarily working in unison with each other, and it seems to be tumbling, and every once in a while wind and air pressure grabbing wings to slow its descent, unfortunately unable to do so effectively, and crashes into the roadway in front of you. Dust and debris gets flipped up into the sky, creating a semi-obscured kind of dust cloud, and branches and dirt and rock just kind of explode out in different directions. Upon staring at you, you discover this large dragon-like creature with a wingspan, very impressive, abnormally covered in this goo, this tar-like substance that not only has an iridescent green shape or color rather to it, but also seems to contain a degree of an odor, a sulfurous kind of smell to it. A battle ensues, and a couple of breaths later, a small forest fire that was smout out by some frosty fingertips and spells. Um, you were able to subdue your foe, which at some point during its demise, the tar takes over and begins to melt this creature like a golden melted sundae, with tar laced throughout, bubbling as the gases expel vertically out of the tar, as whatever was inside the tar begins to melt and sizzle as if it was dropped in acid. Together, you banter on about the situation that had just occurred, with little experimentation to this tar-like substance off of a few twigs and branches that were kind of poked and prodded. Um, Oscar verifies some degree of uneasiness to this tar. After experimenting with it and passing a very, very important Constitution saving throw, Senra takes some interest in said chemical and conducts her own little personal experiment, that of incineration. And as Senra inhales these fumes, she is knocked unconscious, eyes paled over, and has the effects of death. With a couple of medicine checks later, verifying that she is still within the plane of existence here, you carry on, moving forward to your target destination of Bestow. As the day draws to a close, camp would be necessary at this point, and you hunker down in kind of this semi-tall grass, high grass area on the side of this pathway or road, seeing what you've seen before, smelling the ocean air. A hungry pseudo-dragon scurrying about, a hungry Kavul attempting to cook things and hunt things unsuccessfully. Making your night, a full rest was had, or excuse me, a long rest was had. You wake up to the sounds of a pseudo-dragon hurling ass into the high grass, where every free hand I was able to search unsuccessfully, having the pseudo-dragon jumping up on Kavul's shoulder for a small time there. Everyone comes back and continues to make their way back to the target destination of Bestow. Bestow in sight. A horseman can be seen with great haste, galloping towards you all, kicking up dust and dirt, obscuring the rider's face just enough that you can't quite tell who it is until that last moment. A paused attack from Senra as her bow goes down to the floor, revealing Cal, who greets you all. How you guys doing?
Oh shit, it's Cal. Hey guys, it's fine. It's just Cal.
Didn't expect to see you guys so soon. Is everything all right?
Everything's going great. Just
Pretty
making a pit stop.
usual.
So, what brings you here then? Just a pit stop, or is there news you bring?
Oh, we'll bring plenty in. We got plenty of news to tell you, Cal.
Oh, I'm eager to hear it. I can make some bunks ready if you guys require some sort of quarters. I'm sure Kate will be excited to see you guys.
Oh, so she made it back safe. Okay, that's good.
Yes, she's safe, although keeps to herself from time to time. She does pass through. She seems to make refuge out and about, doing K things, I guess. I mean, who knows? She never really was too much of a talker, you know that?
So she's robbing everyone blind. I see.
Cal chuckles. Maybe. As long as she doesn't cause problems here. She's been helpful. You know, she's had the knack for teaching troops how to shoot properly with bows and arrows. As she looks over to you all, or as Cal looks over to you all, rather. Well, what do you say we get inside? We'll chit-chat a little bit. By the looks of things and the smell of things, there's probably a rain coming through soon. Why don't we go ahead and stay dry? It's good to see you again, Senra.
Good to see you as well, I suppose.
And who might you be as he stares over at this tentacled, yielding humanoid? Kind of perplexed, have you never seen this before?
Yeah. Kuza is Kuza. As he kind of like takes like his hand and fist kind of claps against his chest as he says that.
As you say that, Cal would kind of bring his hand to his brow, almost in a salute sort of formation. Lieutenant Cal, at your service. Welcome to Bestow. With... oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, you're good. Go.
No, please. I was waiting for you to throw something in
Oh.
there.
Oh, yeah, no. Kuzo just kind of like nod and kind of do the salute back a little bit to best of his knowledge.
We picked him up at the camp at the war.
The war?
Yeah, we could talk about it when we get inside.
Fair enough. Well, like I said, it's probably going to get raining here soon, so why don't we get inside, give you some lunch, and I'll have one of our sergeants dispatch some cleaning crew, get you guys some quarters for the evening. As he kind of waves you on, and he kind of, walking on the horse, his trusty Applejack, who now has barding on it. He seems to be kind of housed in this scale kind of armor around the outside of its body and over its head. Very intimidating looking horse. You guys make it to the gate. And last time you were here, these gates weren't all that crazy. And having been gone a couple of days, construction has been done and the walls reinforced. Although when you first arrived here, you all remember it was pretty much an open air concept, but a wall has been erected here. And although not in its full completed state, it does seem to be fortifiable enough for the time being to at least provide some degree of security to the inhabitants of this town. Cal kind of beckons up at some guard tower, and with a shout of an open, the gates begin to be swung open by two soldiers bearing the marks of the Holy Empire. One on the left, one on the right, as they push these doors open. As you open the doors, or as the doors open, rather, the town itself is viewable. Very reminiscent and stylistic in the context of the picture that's on the wall there. Very much a port town, and it's kind of on a hillside, right? So, like, the elevation, although highest here at the gate, it slowly descends towards the docks, which kind of gives you full visibility of all the rooftops, showing the actual depth and scale of this town. Although not a huge city by any stretch, it is a very large town, and you would be able to see some sails on port at the moment. These sails bearing a top flag above the top sail, and it features the crest of the Holy Empire. Cal beckons you in. The town begins to hustle and bustle. Some women and children that are doing their daily duties, be it errands or what have yous, kind of walking back and forth. They greet Cal as he comes back into town. You look to your left, seeing a large, what you guys remember as a Bastille, or this converted cathedral. You know what, why don't I put up the town here for shits and grins?
Home sweet home.
That's peculiar. Hold please. Okay. So that's unexpected. Okay.
Everything okay?
Looks like I lost my Bestow map somehow, some way.
Oh, like the pop-ups that say the names of the places?
No, the actual map
I
itself.
can see it.
You can
Or are you
see
talking about the one on
Yes.
Roll20?
on Tabletop Simulator.
I can see the
The
map.
table switched over. Yeah, same here.
Wow.
Yep.
I'm looking at
Right
grass, bunch of buildings, a coastline, 4 dock piers into the
Wow.
water.
Mine's all black, literally.
It looks like it's still.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
there it
even has
is.
the
It all
pop-ups.
just finished loading.
See,
I even have pop-ups.
I do not.
Oh,
even...
your ping is super high right now, Frog. I think that's why.
Doesn't make any sense. I'm not loading anything. I'm sorry, guys. Let me just try one more time. It's kind of a big deal.
No, it was here.
I kind of need to see what's going on. Well, if you see it, I don't.
Frogs being de-dust.
What the fuck happened,
Why is
dude?
there-
Now I'm getting script errors totally.
Yeah, load it again on my end.
Mine hasn't. I mean, the map never disappeared for me, though the compass and the names have since disappeared.
I'm gonna reload the table, guys. Sorry. Nevertheless, while that's happening, can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yep.
While that's happening, and while I tried to fix the table here and see what happened, to your left you would see the Bastille, a converted church, a cathedral, which seems to now have tabards draped over its highest peaks. On the rooftop seems to have been added some sort of a crow's nest kind of chapel keep guard post situation. Obviously an addition, and it seems to still be in its very much early construction phase, as there's a giant hole in the side of the peaked rooftop there. The graveyard that surrounds is within view of your all selves. You look deeper into town, you can see the top of the Merry Fox, and the hustle and bustle of the town, guys. I mean, it's roughly midday, noonish at this point in time, roughly. What is everyone gonna do here?
Well, we'll start off by parking the wagon and the donkeys, and I think what we discussed before is everyone's going to set out to figure out what they need for the next task, and then we're going to rally up somewhere at a certain time because we're budgeting our time so we don't spend like 5 days here.
Yeah, we said like 2-3 days tops. Does everyone know what they want to do? Oscar looks and indicates towards everyone.
Is there an inn in this town? There is, right?
It's the inn that's also the brothel and the restaurant. It's the Mary Fox. It's by the water.
Right.
It's right next to the docks, actually.
What's our current time of day?
It's roughly noonish.
All right, let's
I think my tabletop simulator just crashed.
It's,
all right,
yeah,
guys.
your
We'll,
ping's at
Yeah, your ping is
650 right now.
ginormous. It was at 800
Yeah.
something for a moment.
Okay.
Well, thankfully we're at a part where the map isn't too important.
Yep.
So yeah, do any of you guys have plans in mind?
let's meet at the Mary Fox at 5 o'clock. Discuss what we've acquired in the town so far.
Okay, plans to meet up. Oscar, is Alexia Thanos?
Purple, yeah.
Yeah, she would be.
Okay, so Oscar doesn't remember they exist. Okay, well, hey, I'm gonna head into the trading area first in the Bastille to
Okay.
see if I can get my hands on some more stuff.
Absolutely. So, as Oscar kind of branches off after you guys kind of collaboratively decide on what you guys plan to do, Fate, what are you doing?
Okay, so before 5, Fate's I'm gonna go to the inn and I'm gonna get a room. I'm gonna buy a room for like 2-3 days.
Okay.
And gonna change into my noble outfit.
We'll pause.
Oh.
We'll worry about that when we get there. I just want to know where your direction is at the moment. So you
Okay.
plan on going to the inn, so that's perfectly okay.
Mhm.
Kuza, being new to this town, having never been here before, what is the wish to do?
So Kuza's at least going to go down towards like the dock area and all stuff for just kind of see what's down there.
Ooh, actually, Kuza would be super useful for something. I'll talk to him about it later.
Yeah. So Kuza's going to kind of try to see if he can't find his way down to the piers or the docks.
All right, on your way to the piers and the docks, which is actually in the direction of roughly where Fate is headed here. And he needs something to look at here. I have a backup plan for now, just to hold him over.
I mean, the maps are at least loading on my end.
Like,
Yeah, it is
so
completely
Frog,
black
for
me.
you, it was completely black. Okay, can you see the small thing you just popped up?
Yeah, the table's working. It's just for some reason the image itself is not working for me, and I'll address that. I don't want to take the time away from that. So as Kuza heads on down and kind of in front of Fate's in front of him, Kavul.
Kavul's gonna try to go to the inn and see if he can make amends for last time, maybe.
So you will be heading in the direction with Fate then, and Kuza theoretically. All right, and that takes us to Senra.
Senra's going to kind of float between the back alleyways, see if she can find Keith as well.
So also
Kind of roaming, not really with a purpose.
Yep. So
at the
also
moment.
kind of more in line where Kuza's going. So that is perfectly a-okay with me. So we're gonna do this in 2 sections, dudes and dudettes. We will start off Why don't we start off with Oscar?
Oh, okay.
Oscar, as the team branches away, and technically it looks like you're the one that's branching off, you branch off and, in the silhouette of some random homes nearby as the sun kind of gleams through trees and rooftops, the sun kind of begins to slowly get covered up by a thin layer of gray clouds. And the air begins to kind of get a little bit more swifty, more of a breeze in it, and the salt and dead fish definitely you can smell it. It's definitely in the air, very very beach-like scent currently wafting around. As you make your way closer to this Bastille, you get a sense and you feel anxious.
I would I'm guessing Cinder's back in my bag, so I'll just open it up. It's all right. You're okay. Do you want to come take a peek out?
The creature would pop its head out of the bag, and you know what? Yep, ducks right back in.
That's all right. You can chill in there for now. After I handle this, we'll head over to someone's I know's house and we'll try to get some food. Sound good?
The creature kind of makes a little, I'm not going to call it a kitty sound, not a meow or anything like that, but definitely an audible expression of sorts.
Okay. All right, hold tight. I'll see if there's any flowers in there too. Okay. And Oscar puts up the bag again, and trying to keep notice of if he feels anything or if she rustles or tries to hop out or something like that. Just staying conscious of that, and just quickens his pace a little bit so he can finish this faster.
Sure thing. You push open the gates that you remember were decrepit and terrible when you first came through this graveyard, which now seem to be replaced with a heftier, kind of a thicker wood with some iron bands to it. The walls themselves seem to be a little bit higher, and rocks are on top of them that also seem to be of a different location. So you have this old rock wall, right? And then on top of it, it looks like individuals added more rocks that don't even match the already existing match wall, creating this two-tone kind of structure. And you push in, you see soldiers marching in and out of the main cathedral doors.
Looks like they're shaping up. Cal must be still teaching them. Continue your good work, good sirs. Yes. One day you may be heroes of Bestow. Yeah.
As you say this out loud, one of the random soldiers kind of walking past you, or at least in the process of walking past you, with hand on sheath, asks you to identify yourself.
I'm Oscar. One of the people that got you guys started. One of the people whose friend currently trains you. One of the people that saved your town from slavers and hordes of zombies. One of those people.
Did you say Oscar?
Yeah.
Huh. I believe you've been mentioned. Not by Cal himself, by his shield bearer.
Oh, is he doing good? He hasn't gotten killed, has he?
Currently on an expedition. I believe he was sent west.
Oh.
Nevertheless, carry on with yourself, civilian.
Yeah. And Oscar does like a makeshift salute and just rolls his eyes and keeps walking.
Absolutely. You get to the doors and you push them open with an which echoes around, but the echo is swiftly kind of taken over by the rumblings and whatnots of people. As you open the doors and your eyes begin to dilate, focusing in as it is dimmer in here than it is outside, you see glass-stained windows shimmering in through sunlight, creating these color palettes inside. The center of this cathedral, a training circle. You hear swords clinking and clanging, soldiers coming and going. Some with packets or packages, some with crates, some with baskets, some moving around, some other stuffs. And no sooner do you open up and take your first steps in, from behind you, you hear and get out of the way. And as you see this individual with a wheelbarrow kind of wheeling things to the back left corner of the cathedral.
I, without turning around, just like move in the direction that's out of the way while continuing going my path.
Absolutely. You make it past the training circles, and you hear, tough men acting tough, speaking tough things, kind of laughing at each other, snickering each other, challenging each other to these duel-like situations, and you make your way to the back door. Once again, looking up briefly at this large statue of Helm with his fist to the sky, gauntlet with a helmet on. And you make your way to what you remember to be the armory.
All right.
You walk into
Do I
Oh,
see?
go ahead.
I look to see if I see wine or the trader guy that we saved. I don't remember his name. I forget it.
That is okay. I'm looking for a picture of wine as we speak, as you do come across Senor Wine.
He was Hispanic the whole time.
His picture being featured on the wall. Oh, look who came back. Oh, great. What can I do for you?
Hey, wine. I'm looking for a few things. Did you guys manage to find that pearl I had asked for before?
Wine kind of turns to the side and he looks over his right shoulder. He's asking me about the pearl. But the pearl? I didn't find no pearl. He turns back to you and claims that he was unable to locate said pearl.
Oh, crap.
But as
Okay.
you do look around, you do see that the walls are decently more stocked than they were last time you swung by.
All right, cool. Then do you guys have more spell scrolls and any good weapons?
I am going to post a image inside the loot table chat in about 2 seconds here.
Okay. Oh.
As you look around and ask Wine if any spell scrolls, man, look at the corner, look at the corner, look at the corner. My favorite place. And you look in the corner, and in this cabinet, you just see bunches of scrolls sticking out of in between books and things like that. Many of them torn a little bit, a little crusty, some of them waterlogged, but there seems to be a decent amount of paper-like material over here.
Oh. Nice. You've done well. You've done well. Okay.
Well, the shipments came in, yeah, but 4 days ago. Yeah, we're getting more and stronger. Unfortunately, though, we still are in the barter system. So we trade. Wine turns to the corner. He thinks he's gonna trade me. He's trying stealing me from me last time. You're not gonna take it.
Steal? I don't think I've ever tried to steal from you. All right. Oscar is gonna take some time going through the things and the scrolls, and I'll like work through the stuff you'd want to buy, and you can go to the others because it's gonna take me a few.
Sure thing. As the camera flies over towards Fate,
Senna would probably want that.
cutting through town, cutting through past over Kuza and Senra's shoulders, as it goes towards Fate. Fate, you come to that crisscross in the road. Yeah, you know, to your left will take you to the docks, and to the right will take you to the Merry Fox.
I'm going to the Merry Fox.
As you make your way to the Merry Fox, I believe Kavul said you were going that way too?
Yep.
All right. Upon being in proximity to the Merry Fox, this location has changed a bit since you last remember it, Fate. In fact, you remember last time you were here, females kind of hanging off the balconies and, you know, like laundry kind of airing out on some, you know, clotheslines, very fancy laundry, like maybe bed clothing and stuff like that. As you get to the front door, you do see 2 guards on either side of the doors.
I'm just gonna walk up and give him a token mad nod. I'm gonna proceed to try and go inside.
The guard on the left puts his hand out in front of your chest, prevents you from going inside. What business have you here? I don't recognize you.
Well, this isn't it, isn't it? I'm looking to get a room for the night.
Oh, yes, this is an inn. You're absolutely right. However, this is an inn only for Holy Empire loyalists, so state your business.
Same name's Fate Line God, and I'm on a special mission for the Holy Empire.
I do not know of your bloodline name. Do you have proof of this?
I'm gonna show him the scroll that I'm carrying with me.
Which scroll? Because I believe you have 2 different scrolls that would...
I turned in the first one when it was completed. I got gold for it, and the second one is the one we're going to do something in the north with a fire and discover the hidden lair and cleanse it or something to that effect.
So this definitely proves that you're working for the Holy Empire, but once again, this is for loyalists.
What do you mean by that?
This is a place for people who swear their allegiance to the Holy Empire, not just work for coin. If you have proof of your loyalty, then you'll be able to be permitted to be inside.
All right. Hold on. I got a good line. Let me read my bio real quick. Go visit the ruins of CC Castle, and my loyalty is there.
He turns to the other guard and explains how, looks like we got someone who could read a map. Listen, boy, that doesn't prove anything. Aren't you a noble, Fate, out of character?
Yeah, not only am I a noble, I'm the noble where it's supposed to benefit me, and I don't have the servant.
Out of character. Only if there was something that your character came with that can prove such a thing. And that's the only help I'm going to give you.
I'll show him my signet and my ring.
Oh, I do apologize. Absolutely. Come on in. And as you walk inside, passing these 2 brutes of soldiers here, you see your buddy Kavul behind you, attempting entrance as well. And they put their hand out in front of him and prepare to stop him.
Gotta just say, I'm just with the guards. He's with me. He's my guard. As I walk in,
You parlay with creatures such as this?
it works great. No one bothers me.
Snarl at the guard.
Your teeth kind of glisten in the, some of the direct sunlight just before it crests behind rain cloud. And they look at you, and they both look back at Fate. Aye, sir. Enter. Don't cause no problem, you creature.
I just stare at him as I walk past, and then turn my head forward.
The door closes in behind you, and
Oh,
inside,
look at Cool immediately. I'd be like, don't touch anything. You're gonna head to I'm assuming whoever's working the tavern at this time.
absolutely. As you walk, as you make your way to the bar, or at least the tavern, first thing you'll notice is that it's pretty bumping in here. It's a decent amount of people for a midday afternoon. There's definitely a minstrel in the corner who seems to be kind of puffing away on a pan flute. Alongside him, another minstrel of sorts, attempting to beat out on his drum a little bit, creating a tempo for the whistle and the flute. They seem to be doing a decent job at it, as there seems to be a few females. They seem to be in uniform as well, probably workers for this Merry Fox, as they seem to really enjoy themselves around the minstrels here. A couple of pints of ale seem to flow around. About 6 or 7 people at the bar, as this dwarf that you both, I believe, would recognize behind it. This time, though, wearing something a little bit different this time around. He's wearing a tabard. This tabard featuring the Holy Empire crest. And he seems to be a little bit cleaner to look at. Before, he was kind of just like ragtag bar kind of guy. He seems to now have like his hair, maybe he brushed it at some point this week, a little bit cleaner, his clothes a little bit crisper. He hasn't quite noticed you guys yet.
To walk up. Do I know his name? Definitely forgot.
We
It's
never
been a
gave
while.
him a name last time you were here, but he does have a name, yes.
I'm gonna walk up and be like, "Evening, sir."
Welcome to the Merry Fox, and get that thing out of here.
I just stay like hovering right behind Fate.
Who, this guy?
That thing wrecked my place last time he was here. It took me a week to fix it. I want him out now.
He's just here to apologize. Let him apologize and let him go so we can get out of here.
Apologize? By my math, he owes me about 100 gold.
I whisper to Fate, "What is gold?"
It's something you don't have. So just say sorry and wait for me outside.
I kind of reach into my pocket, and I'll pull out I'll pull out a random coin, see if it's a gold or not.
Sure.
Because I don't know what's what.
Is it a gold or not?
I'm gonna roll for it. What the hell? How about 5 and 6 is gold? I pull out a copper piece. Is this gold?
He's joking, right? The patrons on the side of the bar and everyone that's drinking start to laugh.
I don't think he knows what gold is, but cool. Why don't you just say sorry and move on out of here?
I apologize for trying to get food last time.
Getting food, ordering food, and destroying one's business and livelihood are two different things. You cannot come back in here until I have cost repairs paid back. Get out!
He's just still kind of standing there.
Guards!
Looks back to Fate. What
You
is
better
gold?
go, Kavul.
And then
Gold's
Kavul,
money. Use it to pay stuff. Use it to buy
oh,
stuff.
money! And he puts a pouch of teeth on the table.
As your
He was just waiting for that.
as your pouch kind of hits the bar top, it's not cinched completely tight enough, thematically speaking, as the bag kind of tilts over under the kinetic energy and just kind of spills some teeth out a couple inches out of the bag. The bar hop looks down and just looks at you.
If I remember correctly, there are some gold teeth in there as well.
Well, if there's gold teeth in there, they're not some of the teeth that came out, unfortunately.
Okay.
But I said out, and no sooner do you hear the words out, you feel an arm under each of your armpits getting ready to pull you out of the establishment.
I'll just look to whoever's trying to pull me. Let me get my teeth, and I'll be going. And I grab up the bag again.
Roll me
Or try to.
Roll me a athletics or acrobatics check, please. Wow. You are successfully able to brute force your way out of this half-assed grapple long enough to grab your pouch of teeth.
And then I'll just walk out the door.
The guards they're not pushing you, but they're definitely giving you nudges out of the door, like a bouncer would. You make your way outside.
I'm going to tell Kavul, just go find one of the others, Kavul. I'll be with you shortly.
You make your way outside, and as the door slams behind you, the two guards that were on the outside, get lost, freak.
Oof. I snarl at one of the guards again.
Absolutely. As you begin to,
I wonder.
I guess you're going to just kind of drift off in locations, or you plan on just staying there?
I'm gonna head up to where I saw Oscar going.
Okay, you'll make your way into town, and then we'll leave you there on the way to the cathedral. We'll quickly go back inside the inn briefly. So as we go back inside, the door slams, Fate, keeping you away from your brother-in-arms. You see the bar hop. That thing. Still haven't gotten over it. Bartender, beer. Yeah, coming right up. Do you need something, son?
Yeah, room for 2, possibly 3 days. 2-3 nights.
1 gold a night. I'll have one of the wenches bring you to your room. Paid up front, of course.
I'm going to hand him just 10 gold. Be like, sorry for my friend.
You claim
Hope it
responsibility
helps.
for him?
No, just know you're having trouble.
Well, it's nice to be thought of. Nevertheless, Betty, over here. Show this man to room number 3. As she agrees and kind of pulls herself away from the minstrels. Right this way, sir.
Off we go.
She brings you upstairs, and the stairs kind of creak a little bit under the weight of both of you. Both of you. Her shoes or hard-soled boots or whatever she's wearing here is kind of, hitting the ground and the wood loud enough to echo a little bit under the squeaks. You get to the hallway itself, and what once was a brothel definitely seems to be, I'm not going to say retrofitted, but it was definitely remodeled, at least slightly. Not such crude atmosphere, definitely more of a welcoming, inn-like atmosphere. And she gets to door number 3, and she pulls out a kind of a key from a pouch. She puts the key in the hole and turns it to unlock it. And it seems to not be working. Ooh, must hold on. She pulls out another key and tries that one. She says, "Damn it!" And she pulls out another one, and finally, click, click, the door opens up. Enjoy your stay.
Thank you. And I'm going to go inside.
You
I
walk.
assume I get the key as well.
She does not give you the key. I'm sorry, these doors are to remain unlocked. It's a new rule we have here. The Holy Empire doesn't allow us to permit locking our guests in. They must have free and clear access. So, if there is anything you wish to protect, you upon leaving your room, just contact the front downstairs, the desk, and we will lock the door for you.
All right. Yeah, I'm just gonna go inside.
The door closes behind you, and it's a standard one twin-size bed size kind of placement there. Some white linen, a dresser, a desk, a chair, and what looks to be a little bit of a closet.
Perfect. So I'm going to gonna change into my second outfit, my noble outfit, which is basically does fancy clothing. I still have my rapier on my side, and I'm gonna leave, and I'm gonna try and find a seamstress or someone that works with leather to kind of stitch up and clean up my combat outfit.
Well, we will come to that in a hot moment, as it takes time for you to prep yourself. Nobility doesn't come with just clothes. You want to freshen up. There is a mirror in the room as you look at your face, and in a small bowl of water, which is slightly warmed, you begin to refresh yourself. And it's at that point in time that we go to Kuza. You're walking forward. You look over your left shoulder as you see Fate and Kavul kind of branch off to the right. You look over your left shoulder and you can see Senra trailing behind you. Not necessarily close, but about 20 to 25 feet on your aft. You make your way to what looks to be a very familiar alleyway to Senra. Nevertheless, you wouldn't know that, but between the alleyway and the other side, you see ocean water as you stand on one side of the alleyway.
Kuza's going to kind of take have a big grin on his face as he starts walking towards where he can see the open water.
Yeah, you walk through the alleys. Senra, are you taking that same alleyway, or are you slanty lefting to a different alleyway?
She'll pivot off in direction.
Okay. So as you make your way through this alley, Kuza, you look down, you look right, and you see poverty. There is, a decent slum element here as far as homeless and poor goes. One individual catches your eyes. In particular, his bright blue eyes and blonde hair. Seems to be a younger man. But there definitely is that, and there's some trash and some people sleeping under discarded linens. A bucket of what looks to be mackerel that's been it's not even full fish, it's more like fish heads and some tail and maybe some innards, kind of scrawled away, because that makes sense. Kind of just almost like discarded fish waste, like chum. You look to your left once again over your shoulder and realize that Senra is no longer in sight, but you just pass this little grill pit at the end of this alleyway, and you look up, and there you see it. A ship at dock. This ship at dock bears the crest of the Holy Empire.
Yep. Not to downplay the ship, that grill pit. Was there someone actually grilling food there when I passed it?
You would absolutely see that.
Sorry.
That's all right. I'm sorry. I'm trying to find the fucking dock map too.
Oh. I mean, I know at least for me, it's got the town map up.
Yeah, I just don't know why I don't see it. That's bothering me. And all my maps that I had within town are now lost because for some reason it's not working for me, and that's pissing me off. Which sucks because I had a dock map. I had a bunch of different maps here.
Do you want me to share for you, Frog?
No, it's not even that seeing it. It's finding the nodules. Like I have this
Mhm.
black box in the way. I found the docks by the way. Hopefully this works.
Yeah, I can see the docks.
Yeah, it's loading in for
The
me.
buildings aren't there. Or neither is the stat. Oh wait, it looks
Yep.
like it's coming now.
Yeah, buildings are loading in now for me.
Um. Hmm.
Image failed unsupported formats.
Oh, there they are.
Yep. Now, yep, they popped back up.
Yeah. So everything's there. Can you see it, Frog?
Yeah, I can see it.
Well, that's good.
I wonder why it's dark. Oh, look at all this shit up here. What is this? I don't know what's going on. I might have to redo all my earlier fucking. Alright,
Oh,
whatever.
the tree's moving. That's cool now. That's different.
Yes, it's actually flowing in the
Windy.
breeze. It is flowing in the breeze as the rain clouds overhead Kuza. You definitely start to feel the pitter patter of some rain elements here. Nevertheless, the grill. To answer your original question, no, you don't. You don't see anything grilling at the moment. Although the grill does seem to be used.
Okay. Yeah, no, I guess Kuza like just kind of being like near the open water and just a happy mood right now. I guess yeah, he's just going to kind of just like walk around, look around, see what's going on around the dock area. Doesn't really have anything in particular. It's just he likes being near the open water due to his past being like a ship hand and all that.
Yeah, absolutely. You make your way to the docks, and your feet hit the docks. And these docks, although they are, at least at the beginning, they're very much pillared in. I forget what you call the pillars at the dock, but they're pillared in. But the end is more of a free-flowing dock as the waves kind of crash on it a little bit, and it kind of bobs a little bit up and down. But you would pass by some fishermen, kind of fishing off the dock. Oh, they ain't biting. They ain't biting. They never bite anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't really. Yeah, I mean, he's going to kind of leave the fisherman be. Like, part of the thing is that Kuzi just likes being near the open water, so he's just kind of coming down to chill for a little bit. Yeah, I guess there's fishermen. Is there anything outside of just like the fishermen going on, or like?
Absolutely.
I know.
The ship bearing the emblem of the Holy Empire. There seems to be an individual kind of directing some what looks to be workers. And I actually have a picture of him. One sec. On the wall, I am pasting it now. This individual seems to be on that ship, directing individuals to kind of, bring it here and take that over there. We make ready to sail soon. We need to hurry up. Speed it up. Kind of in a authoritative human voice.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I guess Kuz is kind of just like relax, kind of watch what all is going on right now. Sorry, I don't really have that much to do down here at the docks. Like,
This is your
personally,
first
just
time
like,
here, yeah.
Yeah, so he's just kind of like checking it out, and like I said, it's like he just likes being near the open water.
Absolutely. You close your eyes and just take a deep breath in. And you're just that salty air just kind of filling your lungs. You feel at home. Senra, as you see Kuza break off into the alleyway that you remember fish frying in, you break left a little bit, kicking rocks down street. What is Senra all about at the moment?
She's just roaming amongst the less fortunate in the streets. Halfway keeping an eye out for Keith, but also just mostly roaming.
Sure, throw me
Kind
some
of try
perception.
to collect her thoughts.
Yeah, throw me that perception there, Chief.
Help if I open my sheet.
With a 14, it's standard town. You remember it very clearly. It's kind of similar. It's like everything else in the town has changed, and the only thing in the town that hasn't changed is this poor quadrant, this section, which is once again very much riddled with waste and just, you know, this place could use a good brooming. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
You don't see Keith, however. The rain begins to pitter-patter on your face and head.
And I end up giving up looking at some point. Just kind of leaning into one of the alleyways as the rain falls. And just kind of slumps. And just sits there for a while.
Absolutely. And you're sitting where exactly now?
Just in a random alleyway, nowhere even specific in mind.
Sure.
Going from roaming, well, halfway looking to just roaming, and then just depressive heap.
Sure. You kind of kick back and slide your body down the side of this bricked rock home. The sun doesn't hit the area here directly, and as the breeze picks up from what appears to be a small rainstorm passing through, some parchment flies past your face and down the alleyway. You
Doesn't
see?
even register it.
I'm sorry, what?
She doesn't even register it.
Got it. You continue to sit and you pay attention to everything around you. At least you look up from time to time, getting a good firm grip on your surroundings. And as some townsfolk pass by you, they seem to pretend as if you're not even there.
And she doesn't even look up either. She's in the rough of it.
Give me a con save.
No, save, not.
You feel the need to cough, and it seems to be a very deep cough, like a bronchitis cough. And you kind of get a little bit of phlegm that kind of builds up to the back of your throat.
Kind of spit to the side.
You spit to the side, and it's not any abnormal shade of difference in color or anything like that. What you recognize is its viscosity seems to be quite quite thick.
I will try to focus on the stuff I heard before in the dream to kind of get that back and cycle it through my head. But I don't know if I ever got that text clip, section of text from you.
That tech. Oh, you're talking about the. Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have it written down here somewhere. I will ping it to you.
No rush.
Nevertheless, what else does Senra want to do?
It's been a bad few days. She's just dealing with everything hitting her at once.
Oh, that's cool. It automatically fucking. That's amazing. Out of character. Sorry, I didn't know that copying Excel and pasting it into here turned it into a JPEG. That's dope.
That is cool.
Okay, that's sexy. That changes things. Nevertheless, all right. So as you sit there in the alleyway, Kavul.
Yep.
You just been ejected from the Mary Fox as you walk up the streets. Townsfolk that are heading in your direction, they seem to part like the Red Sea, and they just trying to stay their 6 feet distance from you as they. It's almost like you repel them as you walk through them. They just bounce away like magnets.
He's just kind of mumbling to himself. He keeps asking the same question just under his breath. What is gold?
Absolutely. You make your left-hand turn, head up Main Street. Up the hill, you see the main gates that you walked through before. In the distance, which would that be where you're looking, would be directly east, which, you see the clouds start to kind of roll over and they seem to get darker and darker. But you get to the main gate and you turn to your right, and as you pass your wagon that you left at the front door, you make your way to the cathedral. Getting to the front doors of the cathedral, you seem to attract a lot of attention. There seems to be... You know what? There seems to be 5 guards that kind of acknowledge you, and they stop in their tracks just to kind of eye you up.
I wave at them.
As you wave... Yeah. As you wave, they're going to approach you slowly. They're not hostile or anything. They're just approaching you, kind of like when a cop is like, "Hey, what's going on?" That's kind of what these guys are doing. They approach you like, "Can we help you?"
Just looking for my friend. He came this way.
What manner of lizard folk has friends with town dwellers, I wonder?
No, he doesn't live here.
And does this friend of yours have a name?
I don't know. He's a stinky one. He stinks real bad.
He must be talking about you, Bob. Shut up! We don't know a stinky friend. You need to be more specific. If not, I'm going to have to ask you to leave the premise.
He's going to try to remember what other people have called him, because he's always referred to him as the stinky one.
Sure, I mean, I can give you a history check if you want. That's up to you, though.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna do it just at disadvantage because he doesn't really care about the names. So
Absolutely.
No. Yeah, he'll try to describe Oscar though.
They look at each other. We know no one of that description. I'm sorry. You need to go. I recommend out of town.
He tries to think. There is also the horseman, and he'll try to describe Cal.
The horseman?
The horseman.
We don't know of any horseman either. Look, I don't know what your business is here, but you're disturbing the peace. I want you to go. If you don't go peacefully, we're going to have to escort you out of town.
Hey, do I happen...
No.
So... I can't hear this or see this?
You're in Wine's place right now. You are in the cathedral.
Wine's place? I thought I was inside of the Bastille.
Yeah, that's Wine's place.
Oh. Okay. I guess I'm too deep in to see.
He'll walk back towards the cart, just really confused.
Absolutely. As these
people were friendly here before.
As you get turned away, and you can hear the guards kind of murmuring between themselves, one with a laughter, a little bit of a chuckle, as they go back within the cemetery walls. The doors open up and they clang shut.
I'm going to use thaumaturgy to open the doors back up.
Sure.
Nice.
The door opens up and then swings closed again.
Just out of spite, I had to do it.
Sure. The guards, slightly confused at such an action. Sure, man. You get back to, well, you're on your way back to the horse and carriage, or the mule and carriage that you guys left behind at the front gate area. And Kavul, there's this younger human playing with what looks to be a younger sibling to that, like maybe a 5 and a 7-year-old. One, the boy being the 5-year-old, the 7-year-old being the sister. And they seem to be playing with like rocks as a circle drawn in some dirt next to a home. And as you kind of walk down the street, they don't quite notice you, but they're just off to your right there, about a foot away.
Yeah, he's just kind of brooding, talking to himself.
As you brood and walk, they hear you, and as they acknowledge you, you could hear a gasp, and then not even looking at them, you just hear a door close. And the sound of the door closing, you look over your shoulder and you realize that these two just went inside.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just go back to the cart and maybe wait there for Cal.
Okay, you make your way to the cart. What do you want to do with the cart? You just gonna stand there, or anything in particular?
He's just gonna wait there.
Okay, you stand up next to the mules, looking around. Make a perception check.
Okay, I'm gonna be shitty at this, I guess. Let's see. Yeah.
You don't see Cal at the moment, nor anyone you recognize. Just the eyes of people kind of just looking at you as they walk past. Oscar,
Yes.
you pull these scrolls and everything out, and you kind of sift through. Well, what it'll be? That's what he's gonna buy. He has to buy. He needs to buy some stuff.
Hey, Wine, do you know what any of these things do?
Asking me if I know what these things do? Of course I know what they do.
Can I do a insight check? Because last time he didn't know what they did.
I mean, you could absolutely do an insight check. I don't know if you watched the video I linked earlier, but
And I wasn't online.
okay, yeah, you can go ahead and do an insight check. I mean, with a 19,
Oh, I did.
you look at his
Yeah.
face. He acts as if he knows what he's talking about.
Okay. So Oscar is, he took a look and he's like, okay, so the others would like those things, but I can't try to get those for them right now. I'll just tell them about it later. And he pulls over a handful of the scrolls as well as those gauntlets, and he's like, I'll take these, and I have, let's see, so you guys are still doing the whole trading for stuff, right?
Absolutely.
Now, here's my question. Are you trying to open up your shop again at any point?
No, I think I found my calling here. He thinks I've built the shop. He still thinks I want to do the shop. Oh, much better here. Yes.
All right, well, that's good to hear, I guess. If you're no longer upset about what happened, so that's good. And don't worry, I've forgiven you for what happened before. It's fine. And Oscar pulls out the potion of gaseous form. He's like, I mean, I guess I'll just exchange my money for these, and I'll just add that to the group fund. So he puts down the potion of gaseous form that he got off the necro douche, and he takes out like 10 gems. And he's like, I'll trade you for these for and I'll post what it is. Would you prefer I do it in the loot channel, or would I, or if
loot's
I
fine.
do it? Okay, so Oscar is trying to trade for these. There we go. Loot table, loot channel, and he's like, "I'll trade you this potion, and these 10 gems for these scrolls and these gauntlets." How's that sound?
I'm reading right now. Sorry, 1 second, out of character. So
Okay.
you're trying to trade in the scroll of guiding bolt. Or you're trying to get them.
No, I'm trying to get these.
Get
So the
them.
items I put are what I want, and I'm offering him 10 gems and a potion.
And those gems, did we already value them?
They're 100 each.
Each, so 1,000. So
Yeah.
you're dealing with 1,400 gold, basically.
Well, I mean, I don't know. The scroll was listed as 400,
Correct.
and I think I take it that a potion's
Scott,
probably worth more.
1,800. My bad. So you're dealing with collateral of about 18,000 in value, correct?
So yeah, I guess.
Or 1,800, not 18,000. Sorry. 1800.
No, I got you.
So yeah, I mean, as long
Actually,
as
I don't even need the scroll of gashes, but whatever. I'll leave it.
but yeah, so as long as the value's there, I trust it. So yeah, Wine would kind of eye up those gems and kind of grins a little bit, pulls out one of those little miniature eyeglass telescope thingies. I forgot what you call it. Not a monocle. What do you call those little things that you look in the gems with?
Oh, I can look it up. I've
Well, in the meantime, while we find out what that name is, he pulls it out and kind of looks at it and goes, "Ah, ooh, exciting, exciting! Where'd you got all this stuff?"
an island, and off the that oh you'll like this. So well, off a villain that has tried to destroy this village. I finally managed to kill him, and I got this off of him.
Killed who?
You remember the guy that sent all those zombies after the town?
I don't know what you mean. He thinks I know what he's talking about. I don't know those people. I don't hang out with the people he hangs out with. And he turns
You
back
were
to you.
okay. You do you, bud. All right.
Yeah, whatever. Just give me these. When he kind of grabs the gems and you did wait. Did you do the scroll or did you give him the potion?
I gave him the potion.
Oh, I think the potion has a different value. 1 second.
I mean, it's probably worth more because anyone can use the potion, but only select people can use the scrolls. Oh, that's not what is. That's not the right name for it, I don't think.
Well, for the meantime here, we'll just evaluate at 400. That's fine. Whatever. We'll just keep it as is. So, as the exchange is done, and he takes the potion, you see him put the potion kind of on the back wall, and he takes the gems and kind of pulls them behind the counter, and you hear them clink and clank into some sort of something that you can't see behind the storage there.
Okay. And just so you know, so for that potion, after the person drinks it, after a short amount of time afterwards, they're gonna turn into like a foggy type form, and they'll be able to get through tight spaces, escape pretty much most situations as that guy was able to do, and it's a good saving grace type thing if you want to escape something
He thinks
like a last
he
resort.
thinks I don't know. He thinks I don't know.
Oh, well, just giving you some hands-on information since I've dealt with it before.
Is there anything else I can do for you? Gotta get him out. Gotta get him out. More customers.
And Oscar's just like, always fun working with you. I saw a few things that my friends might like, so I'll point them your way. More business.
Yeah. Good. Go.
Jesus, I didn't even get to show him the dragon scale, but whatever. And I walk away.
Sure. You walk away back into the training area. Where do you wish to head?
I will head to the docks because I remember hearing Kuzis saying he was going there, and him doing that reminded me something about that docks that someone that could breathe underwater would be very useful in doing. Not only breathe but fighting underwater. So
Absolutely.
I'm gonna head that way.
You head that way, and you'd have to cut through the same path that Kavul takes, and that's where you see Kavul standing just patiently by the cart.
Oh, Kavul, what's up, man? Everything okay?
I got kicked out.
From where?
He thinks there, and he points to the cathedral and the inn.
Okay,
And he just
come with
nods.
me for a second. Come with me.
He'll follow.
And when I get to the front of the Bastille and I see the guards, I'm like, hey, he's with us.
And I point to him. This is Stinky One.
I mean, the guards are the main 5 guards that kind of met you before, are the same ones that are still kind of there. And as you acknowledge Kavul's existence, grab Great, kid. So you have friends. That's fantastic. I have no idea what that means to do with us.
Okay, let me put this in perspective for you. If it wasn't for him, your whole town would probably be fucked right now. He's the one that helped us against, the horde of zombies of your loved ones that you all sold out to the slavers. You remember this is he's also, a friend of, I guess, your captain or whatever, Cal. He, who was part of our crew. So I don't know what got you all big in your britches, but I can tell you just like not even like a month ago, all you were too busy shitting and pissing your pants to do anything for this town. So don't act like you're somebody now.
Listen, kid, we got here 4 days ago, okay? If you got business elsewhere, just get going. You don't have to worry about lizards helping anymore. The Holy Empire's here. You have nothing to worry
Oh,
about.
yeah.
Just continue your business, please.
One sec. Yeah. Cool. Holy Empire. Saving the day. Sure. Alright. And his name's Kavul, not Lizard. And you know what? Kavul, come on, let's go. These guys aren't worth it. Next time, we'll just let them die.
He just follows behind Oscar.
Absolutely. You do so, and the cathedral shrinks at your aft as you make your way back
Piece of shit.
You make your way back to the whatchamacallit, the carriage, the cart.
Well, I was heading to the docks.
And you make a left and you head towards the docks. Nevertheless, as you guys make your way to the docks, the camera will zoom in through a window where Fate has just buttoned his last button that attaches his rapier to his hip, looking himself in the mirror one last time. Stands up tall, kind of cracks his back a little bit, and opens the door to his room, from his room to the hallway. Fate, as you open the door, you stop for a moment just to give yourself one last thought. What is that thought?
What the hell's happening in this town?
They'll turn to pieces of shit.
You close the door and head downstairs. And very similarly, there's just this party going on down here. It's a bar, midday. And it seems to be, I'm not going to call it upscale, but it does seem to have a different patrons than last time. These ones seem to be a little bit cleaner. Some of them wearing uniform, some of them not. Most of them having blades at the hip.
So I'm gonna go back to the bartender and be like, "Hey, where can I find the best seamstress or tailor in town?"
Seamstress or tailor, huh? Well, it depends on what you want to get done.
Just need to fix up some leather armor I have. Nothing crazy.
Armor, your best bet's to take it up to the Bastille. Wine knows some people. He's been kind of the one to go when it comes to coordinating repairs. I mean, unless you want a dress made, I can definitely get you in contact to a good dressmaker.
I'll pass. Head out the door.
He chuckles a little bit. Before you go, you hungry?
Yes, but I can wait.
All right. Well, I'll send Betty upstairs to lock your door then. Number 3, right?
Yep.
All right. See you soon. You make your way out. The door closes. Those 2 guards still standing very much either side of the doorway. Have a good day, sir.
Gonna nod and keep moving.
Sure thing. Where do you head?
Bastille.
Make your way to the Bastille, and as you turn that left onto Main Street to head up towards the Bastille, you run into Oscar, as well as fucking Kavul.
Pieces of shit. Don't know who fucking saved this town.
How's it going, guys?
That shit, cause the The people in this town fucking suck now.
Yep, just don't do anything stupid. We're only here for a couple days. And I'm gonna keep moving.
Yo, man. Ooh. They was treating Kavul like some sort of like freak or something, right?
I saw it.
He's not normal, but like he's still our friend. I ain't gonna stand for that shit.
You want to get locked up?
I like to see you fucking try. These are all dudes from your Holy Empire group or something. They know how to treat people right. What's up with that?
Probably best not to talk about that here. And
Whatever.
now I'm definitely gonna turn my back and just gonna move to where the Bastille.
You see Fate heading off to the Bastille, you two.
Oh, there's a saddle there. It's magic. I know you don't have a horse currently, but if you end up getting a horse, it might be useful.
I don't like horses.
Ah, all right. Did my job. And Oscar will keep heading towards the docks.
You do so. We're going to pause there and head off to Kuza. At this point here, one of the fishermen kind of pokes you on the shoulder. Kuza, what manner of human are you? You look like something I pulled up a week ago.
Kuza's gonna kind of turn around to him. It's like, kind of like not sure what he means and all stuff at first, and kind of go, "What do you mean? Kuza is Kuza."
Kuza looks like food. As he turns around to the other fishermen, they kind of have a little just fucking with you. You new around here?
First time Kuza here, yes.
Are you with the Holy Empire, or are you just a weary traveler?
Kuza on mission for Empire.
Oh, you don't look like the sorts that would dabble with the Holy Empire. What's this mission, if you don't mind, if I'm privy to such information?
Kuza go to Burning Woods.
Why would you want to go there? This is, by the way, an older man, human, semi-balding. Kind of has a comb-over effect going on here. He's definitely suntanned, like the kind of person that goes to the beach too much and their skin turns like leather. Kind of like just that kind of an individual. He's got a tan line from every once in a while when he wears a shirt. Kind of like a ring around the collar. His wrists have a tan line as well of like this white skin. Kind of like he was wearing a bracelet and just recently took it off for the first time in forever. Why would you want to head up there?
Give me a sec. I'm trying to think how to word this. Kuza given order to go to Burning Woods to fight.
So you're a warrior then. What's a warrior doing in the Stow? You don't seem soldier.
As he says, like, Kuza's word, he kind of like stands up a little bit more straighter, kind of like with pride, kind of as he says that. So yeah, he's asking why Kuza's here.
Basically.
Okay. Kuza here, or yeah, Kuza here with party.
Oh, so you come with people much like yourself? What do they have? Claws? As he turns around to the other groups and they kind of giggle a little bit. Nah, just fucking with you.
So, okay, out of character question here.
Yeah.
Because with you saying that, that makes me kind of want to like spend a rage point, just kind of like go and rage for a half second, basically to have his hands turn to claws.
Sure, if you want to.
Does Kuza like? Do I just like lose all control? Because I've never really done like Barb previously, and that's why I want to check. I just don't know.
Your character, buddy. Rage is nothing
Okay,
more than
yeah.
just a state of being. So you tell
Okay,
me what happens.
gotcha. Okay, yeah. Kuza will, yeah, I'll spend a rage point for some thematics here. As he says that Kuza sits there and yeah, his body goes to rage as his hands turn to like claws a little bit. He's like, Kuza can have claws? As he shows the gentleman this.
Let's go. Roll me an intimidation check, please.
Oh, I was not going for that. Okay.
I mean, you just raged in front of this
Oh
random old
god,
man.
nat 20!
Oh, he shit his pants.
They run away. They just run. In fact, the fishing poles are dropped. One of them falls into the water. One of them kicks open a bucket of fish that they were probably working on for a couple of hours, and it spills onto the dock. Some of the fish are still alive as they flip, flop on the dock itself, smacking into the wooden planks. These 3 fishermen begin to trail off onto the mainland.
Kuzo kind of just like scratch his head and wait, like not sure why they ran. As he kind of looks down and like scoops the fish back into the bucket and grabs a pole and just kind of looks at it. Before I guess Kuzo kind of turn around, just throw out the line himself. And after that, seeing how they left.
Fair enough.
He does like they just drop the pole and fish. Like he's going to like scoop the fish at least back in the bucket. And he's like looks at the pole and like kind of like shrugs and looks around, casts it. Or is it already cast? I guess I should ask first.
Oh yeah, it was already in the water. The line was at least.
Oh yeah, I guess he'll just kind of pick up the pole and kind of hold on to it, not sure what to do then.
You know what? Oh my god, you feel a tug.
Yes.
Cause it's going kind of like just innately like as he feels it tug, he's going like instinctively kind of like yank it back kind of up at first, and then he's just going to tug back up on the line.
You tug on the line. You feel the pole begin to bend as a fishing pole would, as you clearly seem to have caught something.
Yeah, I guess Kuza's I'll go to try to reel it in.
Sure, you reel it in. You feel with the roll I did, you feel a decent amount of resistance pulling on this line. Give me an athletics check, please.
14.
You literally have to lean back, and even with you leaning back as you're kind of trying to fight whatever it is that's tugging on you, you feel yourself losing that tug of war as you slowly lean forward.
Okay. Is the line like far out, or is it like relatively like close to dock, like where it's like dipping into the water?
I mean, it's in the water, let's say 10 to 15 feet in front of you.
Okay. No. I wasn't sure. That's why I was asking. Yeah, I guess he'll keep trying to fight it, like not wanting to give up.
Okay. Sure. Give me another athletics check.
16.
And I will give the courtesy of re-rolling. As you pull back on the line, the spool, you hear the spool of the fishing rod start to go blink, 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 as you start to see threads start to pop out of the spool.
Okay.
It seems like there's a lot of pressure on this pole right now.
Yeah. No. I'm trying to think of like how I want to go about this, like how Kuza would. Yeah. I guess. Yeah. No, we're just gonna go this way. Kuza's gonna kind of start like go to like the edge of the dock, and then I guess he's literally just going to jump in the water with the pole still in hand, just find the fish that way and grab it that way.
Hold on.
He's going
Punch the fish.
Yeah, he's going to go noodling with this fish, using the pole to find it at this point.
It's gonna be like a giant squid, dude. Your character's dead.
It almost happened to me once.
I don't know where this is going to go.
Yeah, me either. Hold on. No, because I know what I rolled, right? And yeah, hold on 1 second.
He's looking at the attack power of like a great white shark.
Hunter shark.
My luck is going to be a fucking giant squid, and I'm
Well,
jumping in the water
so-
for it.
if he survives long enough, Kavul will get there. He can swim.
And you know what? Let
I
me
can
give you the benefit
shoot
of the doubt.
things at
Oh
it.
my god.
You guys won't even know I'm in the water, though, is the thing.
Okay.
Oh, don't worry. We're gonna see some guys running away.
I just rolled a luck check for you, by the way, there, Kuza. Let's see. Let's see
Yeah,
where it
luck.
goes. As you jump into the water, pole in hand,
Okay.
the tension on the rod lightens up just for a brief moment. The amount of time it takes your ass to hit water. Instantly, you're familiar. You can breathe underwater, right?
Yep.
Got you. And what's your swim speed?
It's my regular movement speed, so it should be 45... 40, sorry.
There's no way 45 is your regular movement speed.
Yeah,
He's a
it's, 40
barbarian.
feet.
Got you. Okay. Okay. You
40 feet is the swim.
got you. All right. So you instantly realize that as far as location goes, you're in the water. There's about 30 feet to bottom here because you're at the end of the dock. It's about 30 feet to bottom here, maybe even 40 if it's difficult to tell with the waves kind of skewing the water around a little bit.
Yep.
And you look around, it's fairly clear. It's not like crystal. There's definitely some shade coming
Murk
in
to
here.
it.
It's murky, but shade's
Yeah.
coming in because of the rain clouds, right? So there's no direct sunlight peering through the water. It creates a little bit of obscurity, thematically speaking. But you you dive into the water. You look in that general direction. You do see about 30 feet away from you a fin, a tail. It's pretty big. You're savvy with this. I'm going to give you... give me a nature check.
All right. 1 sec. Nature.
You know,
Why is nature int based?
you're familiar with this creature, having come across it every once in a while. As you kind of pull on the line again with the fishing pole, even still under the water, it turns around and you see a very sharp snout and black eyes and a dorsal fin that's kind of triangular. And this creature is kind of fighting, trying to pull away from you as it spins and 180s and whatnot. It's not exactly coming towards you, but it looks like it's trying to get away. You identify this creature as a blue shark.
Yeah, screw it. I'm already this deep. I'm going for it.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll still, like, I guess swimming kind of towards that direction, but still like reeling in the line as I go for what I can.
Sure. And that's where we're going to pause you for the moment. Senra, some time has passed. The rain is making your clothing wet a little bit, as there's no real ceiling here or anything that would block the rain. No shingles, no pitch, no nothing. The water, because it's on a hill, the water begins to pool and collect inside some of the cobblestone divots and start to follow the path of least resistance as the water collects and begins to flow in the direction towards the docks or the beachhead. A miniature little trickle of water streams kind of builds up in the middle of this alleyway and just kind of like, it's like it's what's the word I'm looking for when water dissipates? It's draining. It's draining down the alleyway.
And she's just kind of letting the water flow by, idly watching it, her eyes just kind of staring off, not really focusing on anything specific, as she's just a bit out of it.
A leaf
She
goes past you on this little journey. Kind of reminds you of a sailboat.
eventually however much time passes, maybe an hour or two,
Sure.
she'll make her way over to the graveyard, visit Eldon.
So you say you want to stay here about an hour or two and then go to the graveyard?
Don't have a specific time frame in mind.
Gotcha. Well, currently,
just
let's say you guys been in town. Let's say Center's been sitting here about an hour, roughly, already.
Yeah, she's just anybody who's ever been like in a depressive rut would know. You just sometimes sit and think, not even think sometimes, and time passes until you feel like moving.
Sure. All right. So you just want to chill there?
Yep. Before
Okay.
going to the graveyard.
All right. So, you at least where you are, even though you kind of went off the beaten path there a little bit, Main Street, if you were to look to your left, would still be visible, kind of out of the crux of a corner. Like there's a house in the way, but you can still see just a sliver of line of sight. And if you were to look over your shoulder, you would see Oscar and Kavul walking down towards the docks. They don't necessarily see you, but do you see them?
Maybe see, but don't even bother dealing with it.
Okay. As you see them kind of huddle by, you hear Oscar faintly through the crowds. You hear his voice in particular because it's so resonating. You hear him kind of cursing the town. Like, what the fuck happened to this place?
Yep.
Okay.
That
Yeah,
track.
She's kind of mentally checked out to some degree.
Sure.
Mhm.
We'll take it to Fate at this point. Fate. You're walking
Yep.
up. You see your cart parked. You look to the right down the streets to see the cathedral looming over the area. Darkness and like dark rain clouds kind of in the back of it. As the cathedral itself, the water that pools on the rooftop, you can see it draining into these much thicker little waterfalls like rain spouts as it collides with the ground. You get yourself to the front gate of the cemetery that surrounds this cathedral, and once again, are 5 guards that you're meeting for the first time. Ahoy! What business do you have here?
Just looking for some repairs and some upgrades to my leather armor set.
Access point here for people that are here for the cause. Do you have proof of this?
I'm going to show them the family ring and my contracts to missions for the Holy Empire.
Ah, so you don't dress like that for the attention. You mean real deal. Please, come on in, sir. They open the door, the gates, the kind of, reinforced little doors here, a little higher than what you remember. You walk in and you look to your left and right. The graveyard, it's still very much a graveyard. It seems like some dirt and soil has been either moved, almost like someone made the cemetery a little bit more of a defendable area, a little bit more flat. They took down some of the bushes and trees, probably so they can see. In some cases here, you'll see 1 or 2 gravestones are maybe tipped over and stacked in the corner. As you approach,
Well, like what you guys done with the place.
you said what? I'm sorry.
I'll just make a conversation with the guys. I like what you done with the place.
They don't even acknowledge that. They don't really care. So you make your way up towards the door. And as you approach the door, you hear a familiar sound of clink, clink, clank, and shouting, and then a cheer. You open the door and it creaks open. And just as you open the door, you almost hit what looks to be some sort of a female emissary. Oh, sorry. Sorry about that. She's holding a basket that seems to have bread in it. I apologize, my lord.
It's okay.
Can I get past?
Sure. Just step aside.
Sure. I've never. She turns around. Look, I've never seen you before. Yeah. What's your name?
Fate Line God.
So do you dress like that for attention, or does it mean something?
I'm just getting my fighting clothes repaired, so this is all I have to wear.
Oh. For a second there, I thought you may have been a traveling bard trying to make some coin. Not many people wear that kind of outfit around these parts here. Just soldiers of much lately. Sometimes Edgar wears robes, but nothing like this. As she kind of reaches to touch your clothing, as the material seems to fascinate her.
I'm going to take a step back, like, oh, that's okay. You carry on with your day.
Oh, didn't mean to intrude, my lord. Have a good day. And she walks out. The door closes behind. Inside the cathedral, the pews have been pushed to the sides, creating more of a rings of spectator seats versus pews that you would pray in. And in the center of the cathedral here, under the statue of Helm, you'd see a training ring.
And I'm going to I'm headed to the armory to get the repairs. So wherever that place is, that's where I'm going to head.
Yep, to the back left, as you remember it. As you make your way into that room, you see Wine polishing a gem.
Afternoon.
Ah, look who's back, look who's back, look who's back. Fancy seeing you here again.
Yeah, I need repairs and some upgrades.
He turns to the side and he's like,
put my leather set on the table.
He thinks I'm a seamstress, he thinks I'm a seamstress. He turns back to you. What do you need repair on?
Just need any holes stitched up, armor cleaned out, and I need some, and on the belt I need some hooks to maybe hold some potions. A couple on each side.
How do you wish to pay? How do you wish to pay?
With gold, of course.
So let me get this straight. You want to do hooks, belt? Okay, hooks on belt, repairing the leather. What's wrong with the leather?
Just dirt, worn. Make it look as good as you can. Anything you can do to make it more effective in combat?
Why not fresh leather? This is old and decrepit.
It's also very expensive leather. From very, very nice animals.
He thinks it's expensive, he thinks it's expensive. Don't you know, something's only worth as much as someone's going to pay for it. I don't think anyone's going to buy this off you.
And what would this new leather set do for me?
Probably better than the one you have on. He doesn't know anything about armor, he doesn't know anything about armor. As he turns to the side.
And how much armor do I get for this leather set?
He kind of looks up and down. He would ramble off. Used, broken, decrepit, dinged, some burns. I don't think anyone will buy this. Scraps, yes, scraps for the horses, maybe.
Well, show me some new leather sets then. Let's see if I like anything.
He just points over your shoulder, and although out of character, the list I poked in here was clearly the more interesting items, this is very much an armory. So there are generic armors in here, leathers. I wouldn't say anything too fancy. Most of it's like reclaimed, although they did get a shipment in recently from Holy Empire directly. So many of the finer quality armors in here are adorned with the crests of the Holy Empire and very soldier-like in nature. And then he points out to another one on the wall, and there seems to be like a studded leather also on the wall here, which seems to be featured on a mannequin and not like stacked on the side.
Out of character, what are the properties of a studded leather versus normal leather?
It's 1 higher AC.
What do I lose, though?
You don't lose anything.
I believe it's on the cheat sheet in the back. Let me double check.
I think it's a little heavier.
Armor. Studded leather is 12 plus your dex mod. It's definitely heavier by 3 pounds.
That's nothing. And this one doesn't have any of that like gay Holy Empire shit on it, right? It's just a clean studded leather outfit.
I'll tell you what. Let's roll a 50-50. If it's an even number, it definitely has been imported from the Holy Empire. If it's an odd number, it will be reclaimed from somewhere. Even number. It definitely does have Holy Empire adornments on it.
How much for the studded leather?
He thinks we take gold. He thinks we take gold. We don't take gold here. Collateral only. Trade, barter, barter, barter.
How do you not take gold? What kind of place is this?
This is a military outpost. Don't you see? Don't you see?
Huh. Well, I don't got anything, so have a good day. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave.
Sure thing. I'm trying to find... You walk out. Oh, that's not the right map. My bad.
Oh no, so much fire. Oh no, I remember that map.
Fuck it. Anyway, you walk out. Where do you plan on heading to, Fate?
I'm just gonna. Guess I'm just gonna maybe go find Cal or something. See what Cal's up to.
Found it. Okay. Yeah, I gotta fix that map, guys. I'm sorry. All right.
Don't worry about it. We're cool.
As you make your way to the outside of the Bastille, featured here on the map, you kind of stay on the steps, the top step here, and seeing soldiers come and go, some of which acknowledge you in your noble clothing. They kind of give you a respectful head tilt. You look around. Give me a perception check. You do not see Cal at this current moment. What you do see is just the water getting soggy. No, the water getting soggy, because, you know, water doesn't ever get soggy. You see the ground and the turf begin to get kind of soggy and wet. A lot of the soldiers now kind of... Some of them are under trees trying to, you know, just stay out of the pouring water. You know, some of them are standing guard. You look to your right where the front gate was. Even though you're not directly within line of sight of the gate directly, you can see the guard towers, and you see a couple of guards kind of doing their guard stuff, pacing back and forth, looking out and around. Look to your left. You see the ship in the distance. And that's all you see. Which brings us now back to Oscar and Kavul as you make your way through a familiar alleyway, passing a open pit. The smell of old fish. Kavul, the smell to you itself is aromatic and kind of makes you hungry. Oscar, you probably can't smell it because of the way you smell.
I mean, oh, okay. Cool. Sure, whatever. Um, do we
Dude,
see
what's
the
going
guys
anyway?
running away?
Do we see what?
The guys running away from Kabul?
You'll see guys kind of hauling ass down the alleyway, up through the wall, up through the alleyway. But no, at this point, you don't see anyone at the docks. This is probably around the time where he's like in the water, so you wouldn't. You would see the splash bubbles. I'll give you that.
So, what we doing, Stinky One?
Well, remember my name's Oscar. But it's kind of hard to tell someone when I'm so bad with names too. So I'll let you have that one for now. But in case that happens again, my name is Oscar. But that's besides the point. Well, I wanted to try to find Kuza because last time, well, not last time, but one of the times while we were here, we had to go through this underwater tunnel. And we didn't get to explore the whole thing because we can't breathe underwater, but he can. So I was wondering if he could go explore it and see if he finds anything interesting. Because I'm very curious. But I wonder where he went.
I'll go swimming, and he starts taking off his clothes and handing his backpack to Oscar.
Up, I should have seen this coming. Well, if you see Kuza, bring him along too, I guess. He might be in the water because he's fish or something. So it's under this dock. There's a tunnel, and I was only, if I remember correctly, we went straight through the tunnel, but there was like a side path, which the way you'd be going would be on the right, which we didn't explore, as well as another one that we tried to explore, but there was a octopus in it. So yeah, if you see anything dangerous, you should be prepared to fight, because there was a squid or something that almost killed me. So if you need to bring a weapon or something, I'd recommend doing that.
Well, yeah, while he's saying this, Kabul will take his shield and his 2 weapons with him, and then hand
And
everything else to Oscar. And then when he does that, also ask, "And what is gold?"
oh, and Oscar like reaches in his pocket and pulls out a gold coin. It's you know how you use teeth for exchange with your tribe or whatever? Other people use this as a form of currency.
Oh, okay. And he just jumps in the water.
All right. There's air pockets at the top, so if you need air, just swim up.
Kabul dives into the water. Water's cold, but it doesn't affect him too much, as this is, although maybe not ocean water is your habitat, but water in general, I'll give it to you. As you root around under the dock for some sort of access point, you see him, Oscar, dive into the water. What does Oscar do?
Hope he won't die. Hope he won't die. Uh, Oscar looks around and sees like the barrel, like the abandoned like bucket of fish. Huh, okay. Oscar like walks over. Hey, Cinder, there's some fish here. Want some fish? And Oscar like takes it out and he's like, "Do you prefer raw or cooked?"
As you hold one of the fish heads still with some bone attached to it, and you kind of hold the tip of the bone, Cinder just fucking whack and pulls it into your bag.
Well, no, you can come out of the bag and eat it.
You see
Like
Cinder. You see Cinder currently just go into town on the inside of your bag on this fish head.
Oscar like grabs like one of the living fish, like takes it out and like uses essentially that stray, like what's left of the sickle, and just like chops off its head, and does that for like another fish, and like finds like an area that has a bit of cover to it and starts a little fire and cooks himself up a fish too while he lets her eat like the other parts.
Being that it has about an hour or so that the rain has been coming down, it does tend to kind of get heavier as far as rain goes as you cut the fish heads off, and the blood from inside the fish drip down your hand and onto the floor, just splashing a little bit onto your shoes or what have you, but the rain washes it off. Seeing the pools of water begin to kind of, gather and pool and drain off towards the ocean, into the divots of the streets and whatever imperfections in the road there are, the cobblestone. You look around and, because you're still in that same alley, the homeless people that live there are kind of taking shelter under crates and some linens. One of them made themselves what looks like to be a lean-to sort of a tent with garbage and some poles that he found, probably some branches, as it kind of displaces the water and pours kind of just off of his knee. As his knees start to get soaked, his feet bound in just cloth and old sail, a couple of toes poking out with some twine wrapping around it, keeping his feet bound together. You go to start a fire. You go further into the beach side where there's sand, at least safer to build a fire here. Or do you want to do the fire pit there?
Just anywhere where there's some cover from the rain that won't bother too many people. Do I see any kids?
Oh yeah,
Like within
there's homeless kids here as well. Not nearly as many as the adults, but yeah, most of the kids that were playing in town have probably retreated because of the rain.
Yeah. If I see one of like the homeless kids, I'll like hand them like the robe I had before that Cinder ripped open the pocket of. He's like, "Here, you can use this. You can keep it." There's a couple fish over there that I'm cooking and sharing with with someone, but if you want one, you can have one.
Well, we haven't gotten quite to the fire yet at a character. As you give him the
Well, yeah, I'm saying like that. I'm actively going to do that.
Absolutely.
I'm just telling them that that's what I'm planning on doing.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate, and I'll share this with my pappy.
Oh. Okay.
As you turn
And
to spark a fire, give me a survival check,
can I just use green flame blade?
or you can
I
use
would.
survival check.
Okay. Survival.
With 17, you spark onto some, pre-burned logs, but they still seem to hold enough to re-spark, and you kind of get it going. The first time failed, second time failed, third time failed. You're still just trying really hard to get this fire going. One of the men with kind of comes out from under a crate. Never gonna start it in the rain. I've tried.
And so it didn't work with it. So it didn't work.
Correct.
Then I would just stab my knife into it and cast green flame blade.
You stab your knife into it, and your blade, from hilt to tip, kind of does that temporary fire, and it does singe and smolder. But as soon as you pull your blade out of it, I told you.
Hi, I got this. I take the sickle, and then I place the fish on top of it, and I hold it, and then I cast green flame blade to cook the fish on top of the blade.
Sure. How long is your blade?
This sickle would probably still like.
Oh, it's a hand sickle. Okay, I know how big it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why the fuck not? Yeah. So you hold it out, looking at the individual who had a little bit of a laugh. You kind of lay the fish out on the blade and balance it, and it does start to sizzle. Why don't you roll me? How long do you hold it on the blade for?
I would just do it until like I can see that. Like I would just keep casting it until like I can like see that it's cooked on one side. Because I cut the head off, I can sort of see like the inside.
Are you proficient
So
with cooking? Like, do you have cooking tools and
no, I
stuff?
do. I don't have. I mean, actually, if I've had a short rest, I can switch to proficiency with that. But I'm not going to.
Yeah, I
So
wouldn't let you anyway, because that's kind of like metagaming, so I'm not going to have that happen.
yeah,
But, I mean, if you want to go further with it, then yeah, but for now, no.
yeah, no,
So,
I'm gonna stick with animal handling right
why
now.
don't we go with a straight-up survival check as this fish begins to sizzle?
Okay, and go.
Yeah, man. You flip it over, and it's pretty decently cooked up. It takes a couple
And
minutes to do that, which will come back to you as you continue to finish sizzling. Going back into the fisherman, the water, the camera slams into the water as you have this tug of war with this blue shark. And we'll take our 10-minute break here and come back and see what happens.
Kavul just jumps in the water, sees Kuzo punching a shark.
All right, guys, take your 10.
Keep swimming, just keep swimming.
Let's be back at 20 after the hour, and we'll do the second half of our sesh, see what happens.
Awesome.
I don't wanna.
Damn it, you'll do it. You'll do it because it's normal.
Got the
Okay.
next rule just jumping in the water because no one else likes them.
I'll be back.
This place has changed.
Kavul now knows what gold is, though.
You're welcome.
So he might try going back to an inn.
Now, let me see if I can fix this fucking map. What the hell happened to it, dude?
You fucked everything up, Frog. That's what happened to it.
It's just strange.
Frog is doing his best.
It's strange that you can see it, but I can't. That's
Yeah, no, that is very strange. I was just giving you shit, but yeah, that's strange as hell.
It has so many notes on it. I guess I can take them off and redo it. Let me use the bathroom first. I'll be right back.
You do that. Is Oscar
Don't
here
fall
yet?
Huh?
So yeah. Oh man, if you didn't come out, Kavul was getting ready to head over to Edgar's house.
Ooh. Well, I mean, if he's there, it probably wouldn't have been an issue. But if he's not there, you might scare his wife and kids. Or just eat all of their food.
I mean, I did that last time.
Yeah.
Oh
Well,
man.
here's the thing: if Kavul beats that shark, or if you help him beat that shark, we can cook shark, and then like it doesn't have to be today. You two could go check it out tomorrow instead. I'm probably gonna spend. I was gonna try to do something with Alexia. I was gonna try to help me with a project that Oscar wants to start. Because they're also proficient with Arcana. But they're not here, so I'm probably just gonna focus on making potions after, like for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot I need to collect the stuff. Well, I'll just it's easy enough.
Kavul could probably help with that if you asked him, but
Oh, don't worry. When Oscar starts it, he's gonna ask you because you mentioned Kavul has mentioned that he has an herbalism kit, so we can make twice as many potions for the party. I tried looking. I didn't see anything that I thought Kavul would like in the shop. Like I checked to see if you can wear heavy
So
armor.
You didn't get the gauntlets for me? What the hell?
You don't need them. Don't you have like a 16 or an 18 in strength?
I have a 14.
Oh damn. You're fine. I'm sick of being weak. I'm so sick of being weak.
You don't need to be strong though. You use finesse, don't you?
Yeah, but Oscar isn't going I'm not gonna be increasing his dex. So he's not gonna get any stronger with that. So when I saw that I was like, oh, that's a chance for me to increase my chance to hit because when I miss, I get sad. Also, I'm sick of being weak.
I mean, you're probably stronger than Kavul right now.
Yeah,
Kavul is just
though
wise.
Oscar is pretty dexterous and pretty charismatic. Everything else, he's
Yeah, I got a 16 wisdom and a 16 constitution.
that's
Then
a good con. I have a 14 in con.
I have an 8 for intelligence and an 8 for charisma.
I have 8 strength and 8 intelligence. Oscar's just good at so Oscar wasn't born like smart, and that was sort of one of the reasons why he couldn't be a wizard, like it wasn't working. But he studied like fucking crazy, so he has the knowledge. He just like, he doesn't have the natural intelligence to make it work, but he has like the knowledge to utilize what he knows.
Nice. Man, Kavul's shit is just getting long.
His what?
Like all my attacks and that, and
I mean, you do a lot of damage, especially like you can add. Can't you add like necrotic damage to like an attack?
with Channel Divinity, yeah.
Yeah. So like, imagine if you use that with that fucking staff.
Yeah, it's
And-
my touch of death. It equal to 5 plus twice my cleric level in damage.
Ooh, wait. You're a pure cleric, right? So you're 6. So that's
Yes.
11 damage.
Plus, no, it's 6 times 2, so it's 12 plus 5.
Oh, it's times 2. Oh, so
Yes.
it's 17.
Yes.
17 plus, the normal damage for that quarter staff plus your strength. So that's 2 plus, let's say you two-hand it to make it a d8. So that's 4.5. So let's just round it up to 5. So it's 7. So 7 plus 17 is 24. Plus, I think it either did 2d8 or 3d8. I don't remember. Oh, no, or was it d10s?
It was 2d10.
2d10. So that's another 12. So 12, approximately 12 plus 24. So that's 36 damage. You can straight nuke something.
Or I could just do a vampiric touch,
That's true.
which is 3d6 necrotic damage. And then I heal off of that as well.
And if you use your ability on that, you can heal that damage, half that
Yep.
damage back too. Super good combo, dude. Super good
Yeah,
combo.
it is. I tell you, for my Tuesday table, there's one spell I'm really looking at, but I'm not sure if I'll pick up.
What is it?
Summon, I think it's like a shadow or something.
I don't know what that does. Oh, is it? It's one of the summoning spells?
Yeah.
Like the
So it lasts for an hour, and the creature does 1d12 necrotic damage every attack.
What are the other traits that it has? I don't
It can make people afraid. It can slow people by 20 feet. It can...
Is it the one from the Shadowfell? I think that's
Yeah,
summon like Shadow something, right?
yeah. I was either thinking about picking up that or summon Fae. Since Eladrin
For
and
Kavul, or this is only for your other character?
Fae. Yeah, this is for my other character.
Okay. Well, which campaign are you in? Which other campaign are you in?
That is good old Displaced.
Displaced. So is
If you look on the tokens, mine's Ramil there. I'm an Eladrin Bladesong wizard.
Rumil.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a fun guy.
No, Senra is the one that's becoming a fungi.
Ah, yes. She's very toxic.
I'm so freaking happy that I in that moment, I was like, this is gonna be bad, and gave myself advantage for that save because oh my god.
I'm so glad I was not there for that fight.
What against the
uh,
dragon?
yeah.
That was, I mean, it wasn't that bad. I'm
No,
just like,
I'm so pissed at myself that I missed it.
hmm,
Because literally, I just lost track of time. I was playing. I'm not sure if you know For the King.
I don't know what that is.
It's an RPG game, and I was playing with a bunch of people, and I completely lost track of time. Then I saw the messages like, "Shit, D&D."
Yeah, well, no worries. What would help? What would help?
Oh, I'm feeling pretty good right now. I had my nice alcohol.
Oh, that's always good. Some
Yeah, I
nice
had
booze.
some nice peach Crown Royal with peach tea.
Yeah, I'm not big on peach myself.
No,
No.
I love peach, especially like a nice sweet Georgia peach. Oh, those are the best.
Nah, when it comes to I mean, I'm not terribly into fruit flavors for alcohol, personally. Um, do this, I will summon. Like I typically just go with like straight, and then I might use like soda as a chaser. I do mixes sometimes, but
Uh, yeah,
yeah.
I know. I really want to get the stuff to make a nice Wisconsin style old fashioned. Because Wisconsin old fashions are the best old fashions, and you can't beat that.
How does that go? I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember
So
how.
with Wisconsin, it's of sugar cube, bitters, cherry, and orange. You muddle it, of course, and then yeah, typically brandy is a Wisconsin thing. Some people do whiskey, and then you add sour or sweet on top of it.
Okay.
So I usually go with sour, so I usually add squirt to it. Yeah,
Yeah, you sound like a lot classier of a drinker than I am, man.
that's a nice Wisconsin style old fashioned.
Yeah, for me, I just do like I'll do like a
Oh,
rum and coke. I like Jack Honey a lot, so that's pretty much my
oh,
go-to.
I can't touch that shit.
Why? It
Make
fucked you
sure
up one
Coke is
time?
where it's at.
What'd you
Yeah,
say?
Jack Honey fucked me up real bad.
Yeah, I like it. I like liqueur too. And I used to be really big on moonshine, but I haven't been able to get it in a
I
while
know.
since I moved away.
I'm tempted here to go and grab myself some nice Bruichladdich and out of the cabinet. A
I don't know
nice.
what that is.
It's a nice Scotch. You just have it neat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I like scotch.
Yeah, this one's a real interesting one. It's an unpeated Scotch.
I don't know what that means. So many things I don't know.
Until you said it was a Scotch, I thought you were pronouncing Bacardi really fucked up.
Here's my
No,
earned 30.
no, it's like Bruichladdich or whatever. It's real
Oh,
good
you know
though.
what? I do think I've heard that before. One of my friends back in college may have had some one time and shared it.
Comes in like a teal bottle.
Uh, I didn't see the bottle. He just was
Oh,
like, "Oh, this is some good shit that he got from like his dad,"
yeah. I
and he
mean,
poured it
it's on
out
the
for us.
it's on the cheaper end. It's only a $55 Scotch.
I mean, college. So maybe that is just.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't say. I don't
I mean,
remember, but
the Scotch I usually get, but I haven't had money for in a while, is like a $250 a bottle. So yeah,
yeah, no, I don't really spend that much on anything if I can help it.
I like my
What
alcohol.
fucking
Like
Scotch are you buying that's $250 a bottle? If that
it's
is not 50 years aged minimum before retail,
it is it's a single barrel Scotch from the Isla region.
and how long has that aged to the point where they're charging 250 minimum? I want to know how many
5,000
decades each
years.
bottle has aged. As that is like Jesus.
Okay.
No. Jesus was made of wine and bread,
Though,
not
I mean, fair.
scotch.
Fair. I'm sorry. So I'll have some really nice. At that point, it'll be fucking bourbon basically. Some and also when I have a bottle of Jack Daniels that I bought when I first turned 21. The second the store opened, that bottle is not opened once. It has remained sealed shut, and that is what I call my quote unquote death bottle.
What
If
the
I
fuck?
it is not to be
If I
opened
die?
until I. Yep, if I die and don't get a chance to open it myself, then I have a group of people that will be taking a shot out of it and then pouring the rest out for me. If, say, I get some terminal disease and I know for a fact I'm dying, there's no coming back. I'm cracking it open and taking a big swig out of it because
But
at that
why
point it doesn't
Jack
fucking
Daniels?
matter. Because when I
All right,
was younger, I was
guys.
really big into Jack.
You're all back.
Mm.
Um,
No.
Senra, you here? Fate, you here?
Yep.
I never left.
Beautiful. Sorry for the extra delay. I was trying to see what was wrong with my map, but I couldn't figure out. I'm not going to waste your time, so I'll have it fixed
Yeah.
next time around. Nevertheless, welcome back from our break. Heading on into it. We left off under the water, where the rain patters overhead, creating these little divots in the water above you. Fucking Kuza. Yeah, so you are at the base of this as you pull and tug on this fishing pole.
Yeah.
This creature
It's
is definitely fighting, doing its natural movements to a big fucking hook in its mouth as it's trying to pull away from you.
yeah, no, it's I'm still like as I'm like going through like the real end motions, trying to keep it from getting like too far. I'm using my legs, like I guess my tentacles at the point to kind of like swim and move myself closer to it. So like as I'm getting closer, just from swimming in its direction, I'm reeling it, basically trying to keep it from getting too far out if possible.
Athletics.
Yep. And oh, one sec. Wrong. Hey, there we go. 25.
You pull and tug with such force. The creature is closer to you. You're about 10 feet away from it as it turns and looks at you. And then flips to its left and continues trying to pull away from you.
You're scary.
Would I be able to like swim the rest of the 10 feet to it, or is it going to like move as I'm moving towards it? Out of character.
One way to find out. In character.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. So I guess Kuza's going to try to like I guess still like swim closer to it, try to like get close to it to grab it. While still like using the pole to kind of reel it in, trying to help like I guess tire it out for what little it can do, or at least keep an anchor to it if it tries to suddenly bolt.
Okay. And what do you plan to do when you're in proximity of this creature?
I am going to I'm going to like try to grapple it from its back.
Athletics, please. First for the pull. You're 10 feet away. We'll do the pull first.
Okay. 24.
Yeah, this creature, you reel it in. Let me roll for the pole.
Yeah.
The pole's holding on strong. As you pull it in, although the tension of the pole makes it look like it's bent almost in a 45-degree angle, it's still holding really well. And you pull this creature in. This creature is right next to you, and it spins. Ooh, and you feel its body bang into you. What's your AC?
AC currently is 15.
With a 16, it just kind of slams into you. It doesn't bite you or anything like that. You only take a mere 2 points of bludgeoning damage as it kind of pops a little bit of the wind out of you if you had wind in you.
Okay. Yeah. I am going to sit there, and I guess it'd be trying to grab it with the tentacles.
Yep, athletics check versus my athletics or acrobatics. And I will use athletics.
That doesn't matter. Like,
Oh,
unless you roll really bad.
Exactly, it's a countered thing. And why can't I not? Clicky. I'll just fucking straight roll. What's his additional plus? Okay. Yeah, so you go to grab this creature, and it kind of does for lack of a better way to describe it, it kind of pushes down and does like a cartwheel forward, as if it was rolling
I
on
get
the
you.
ground. It comes up and it tries to bite you with a 14. You kind of move your leg out of the way as it kind of slams past you and misses you completely. The fishing wire is halfway wrapped around your body. What are you going to do?
You said the fishing line's wrapped around me?
Halfway. Like, he went from one side of you to the other side of you.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. I guess turn around. Is he like still close, or is he back to like that?
Oh, you're
5 or 10 foot?
the line is tight, man. You're in the same proximity of each other. It's just literally swimming around you.
Okay, yeah. I guess fuck it. I'll go into a rage and then go to like hit it with the tentacles.
Sure. Go ahead and roll that.
Yep. One sec. Yeah.
The tentacle smacks onto the back of this creature.
Yep. Yeah. And then there's the damage there if you want.
Yep.
Otherwise, I was going to use the free action from that or the bonus action, not free action.
Grapple.
Bonus to grapple.
Yep. Make it happen. Ooh.
14.
With a 17, the grapple doesn't hold, but the creature is still in your proximity as the fishing line is still stuck to its mouth and continues to spin around you, the line growing tighter around your waist. The creature itself will continue to wrap around you using its full movement speed, metaphorically speaking. You feel this small line begin to jag into you ever so slightly. And you know what? Fuck it. Let's just give it an attack because why not? Doesn't quite do it. You just feel a lot of pressure of the line squeezing onto your skin. The creature starts to spin, trying to barrel roll out of it, and to no effect.
Yeah, I'm still going for this grapple. I'm not giving up on this.
Sure,
if it's
go
still
for it.
within range. Yeah, so I'll go to hit it with the tentacles here. 24.
As you smack it with a tentacle, you smack it with your tentacles so hard in your rage that you hear a crack echoing under the water. And then the movement and the tension in the line ceases.
Yeah, I guess I'll go to use the tentacles to kind of like do the grapple wrapping around it. And I guess at that point I'll find out if it's dead or if it's still alive.
The shark begins to, as you pull it closer, you feel no resistance in its body. Its back is kind of as if, okay, you know, you have a straw at the restaurant and you fold the straw in half.
Yep.
Then you let it kind of straighten itself out. It has a little crease in it. You see a very similar thing on this shark. It's as its spine looks like it's been snapped.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just going to kind of like hold it with the tentacles as I get the line off me, but not like I'm not going to like just drop the rod, but I'm going to like try to free myself of the line.
Sure, you do so. That's fine.
Yep. And then I'll just start swimming back towards the surface. With shark in tow.
Absolutely. As you have this blue shark wrapped up, you hear whoosh, and under the water you would see Kavul swimming away from you.
Okay. Don't really know what he's doing. Kuz is going to kind of go to like at least like throw the shark and the pole back up onto the dock before like going to see where Kuz is going. Or sorry,
Kavul.
Yeah, Kavul. Thank you.
Gotcha. You throw the rod up on deck, and then or on the fucking pier. And then this blue shark, where it kind of like bounces a little bit as it rolls onto the dock there.
Yep.
You stay in the water and kind of trail Kavul a little bit. Oscar, you would see a blue shark kind of pop up on the dock, as well as a fishing rod, as well as a tentacle. Then the tentacle recedes back into the water. Even though I gave you that visual, we are going to squeak over to Senra. At this point, she stood up and started to make her way towards the cathedral.
That she did. She's going to find Eldon's grave and kind of just sit for a bit.
Sure thing. You know exactly where you're going, and it's not like you're hauling ass there. You're taking your time. The sun, once again, is behind cloud cover, making it a very gray, kind of dreary atmosphere, which seems to kind of like the outside matches the inside kind of concept. And you continue to walk. There's still people in the streets, more or less people that are on business detail. There doesn't seem to be much leisure happening right now in the street. But you make your way to the where your cart was originally, and you turn right to make your way to the cathedral.
Yeah, getting to the cathedral with a bit of a slouch in her shoulders, she'll make her way to the grave. But while on the way, she's going to keep an eye out to see if she spots Cal or Case.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a perception since you're actively searching.
Yeah, it's not like full on searching, just kind of glancing every now and then. So
Sure. Doesn't change it. Roll your perception.
yeah.
Absolutely. At this moment in your immediate vicinity, what you can tell, you don't see Cal and you don't see Keith. What you do see is, as you're approaching the entrance of this cathedral, 5 guards are just kind of talking in front of it. The rain kind of reflects off of the some of the metal that they have on their armor. Their tabards are wet as they are adorned with inscriptions depicting the Holy Empire. Very Roman Catholic soldier-like.
Mm-hmm. Refresh my memory. I think the gravestones and stuff were within like a fenced-in area around the cathedral.
Correct.
Was that right?
This whole cathedral does have a fence or a rock wall that seems to have been reinforced since last time you were here, and the doors are in the same location. The doors have been replaced with something a little bit hardier than balsa wood.
Yeah. She's just gonna make her way forward.
As you make your way forward, getting to where these guards are. Whoa. What's your business? State your business. We don't just let anyone walk into the cathedral.
She just points to the graveyard.
They look over their shoulder. Is there something you need, miss?
She just stares, waiting to go.
Miss? Hello?
I need to see a friend.
Does your friend have a name? Does he work here?
He had a name, but he only works in the ground now.
I don't understand, miss. What do you mean?
My friend died. I'm going to see his corpse, his grave. You fucking idiot. Now get it out of the way.
Whoa. I'm sorry. I get it. Graveyard and all, but we can't just let anyone pass in here. We have orders. This is strictly business or any kind of... If you could prove your allegiance to the Holy Empire, you're more than welcome to walk around.
The Holy Empire has the cathedral, correct?
Currently, the Holy Empire does have stake in these lands as we are attempting to rebuild our fortifications here.
You didn't answer my question.
Forgive me, ma'am. I don't think I understand what you're saying.
You're worried about and probably assigned to protect the cathedral, the building right behind you.
Yes.
Not going in there. So I don't see the issue here.
Well, the territory, this is the wall that has been reinforced. See, everything behind this wall is considered cathedral property. And therefore, you sent basically like an emissary to the Holy Empire. Like I said, ma'am, I'm sorry. Unless you can show me some sort of paperwork or something, we can't let you in under orders of Cal.
Yeah, he's the one that met us in the field when we came back.
Well, I mean, that's great, and I'm sure. I mean,
So you can either go get him, or you can actually let me go.
well, Cal's currently in a meeting. He's in a
Fine.
town meeting, and he won't be
Go
back.
get him.
Well, he's not expected to be back, and we are not to, interrupt these meetings. The High Council's there, so yeah, we don't interrupt that. They'll have our heads, right, guys? Yeah.
Better them than me. Then I'll go intimidate.
I'm sorry, miss, and then go ahead and roll your intimidation. And I guess that's based off.
And she'll... Thinking. Yeah, she would rage for that.
Sure.
And strength-based intimidation.
Okay.
Which I don't think it really matters.
How
No,
do
she'll
you-
get advantage then.
Yeah, she'll get advantage. How do you wish to intimidate? Like, what actions is Senra taking to intimidate at this point? Like, draw me
I
a
can't
picture.
change this to strength when this damn sheet can.
You can do a custom thing in the tool proficiencies.
Yeah, this should just be a toggle though, because this is not an uncommon thing.
Yeah, you'd probably have to go to the settings to do that then.
Yeah, that's what I was just looking over.
What do you mean, like in your character sheet on Roll20?
Yeah, because when you intimidate, you can either use charisma or strength,
Let me
depending
see.
on the scenario.
Is there a cogwheel next to intimidate? Oops.
Don't worry, it'll be fine. I don't have proficiency, so I'm just gonna roll strength with advantage because it'd be the same. Yeah,
With
she
a
just
9.
kind of
Yeah. How do you try to do it?
like her eyes just go blank as her hands like move towards her weapons.
Ma'am, I implore you, don't move in a manner that would be depicted as hostile. We will be forced to attack. This is your only warning. If you're friends of Cal, you're gonna have to wait for Cal. Until then,
I don't know.
unless you
I'm
have
kind of
something.
betting that if I do something, he'll be summoned.
Ma'am, as he tries to persuade you with a shit. Hold on, where the hell did this character sheet go? Just a moment.
I'll
He's-
counter check with insight.
If you wish to, I rolled a 15.
Six,
I rolled
yeah.
a 15. I mean,
Okay.
do with that information how you see fit. He's trying to persuade you to calm down.
Such as stats state that the Empire is driving towards when someone can't even grieve over their friend's corpse, and she'll turn and walk down the road.
Absolutely. As you turn to walk down the road, rain kind of dripping off of your cheeks and chin, you kind of hear the murmuring of the soldiers, almost as if they're saying, like, I don't know what the fuck just happened, but what the fuck was that about? Kind of a murmur. Nevertheless, in front of you is your mules and cart.
The cathedral was off a little bit separated from the town, correct?
It was a
there,
little off the beaten path, yeah.
Mm.
Not that far, but yeah, there's like a pathway.
Was it a single path or were there multiple paths?
When you first came to this town, it was a single path, but since your re-arrival, it looks to have been much more traveled since then. A lot of traffic. So naturally, a lot of the ground has worn away, creating a wider berth.
Okay. I had a follow up, but I don't want to take up too much time, so we can come back to it.
We've had plenty of
and just
time
pause
with other
there.
people. You could definitely keep on going, man. We're good. I got that.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna ask you to jump down to the room below for this part.
Oh, okay. 1 second.
Yep.
Everyone else, we'll be back in just a second.
Okay. So I don't know if you want to stop recording for this bit, because it might get sensitive.
I could mute 1 second.
Sure, that works. I
Okay.
bought a steak. I ate it all.
All right, guys. So,
Welcome back. We definitely weren't plotting.
I kidnapped all the
So-
steak from the butchery
so
and left them
as
cooking in the field.
as the rain drips off of Senra's face and hair, and you could feel the water go from your hair to your shoulders and kind of under your armor and down your skin, down your back and arms. Your feet get soggy as well as you take no cover from the rain. And every step you take, you could just feel your toes just creak, 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 and just kind of squeak between your toes as the water is pushed all over inside of your boots or shoes. You go to the back of the cart, rooting through, and you kind of just lean into it. With two hands, you grab, bink, bink, a pot with pat under your armpit and arm, like it's slung a little bit over, like you're pinching it with your elbow and whatnot. You begin to make your way out of town to the one place you remember is perfect for where you want to be. You make your way back to the burnt out
home.
home.
Oh.
There, you get there after about a 5-minute, 10-minute walk. You put your back, well, first of all, on the outside, overgrown, high grass, weeds, yellow flowers, all over the steps around the outside. For a second, you look around. There doesn't seem to be much in the way of life that you can tell here as the sun also begins to get dimmer in the sky. We are approaching kind of supper time area with your footsteps banging on the steps. Excuse me, when your feet stepping on the steps, they clatter as you walk through what used to be a doorway is now just a burnt out hovel. Some of the timber and beams from the roof still there, charred, collect pools of water, and the charcoal dissipates into the water and drips onto the ground, creating these little nature artistic drip drawings as the charcoal smeared around as if nature or the wind was trying to create a painting or a portrait on the floor. You find the corner next to a stone, what used to be a stone chimney. You duck down and kind of slide your back with your ass in the corner facing out. You put the bowl, actually, you take over this part.
Grab the pot, and with it setting to the side, she'll fumble around in her bag for a minute and then pull out the water skin with I think it was an arrow stuck inside.
Absolutely.
Pulling the arrow out and seeing all the blackness is still like caked around the outside. Kind of use her dagger to scrape off a small chunk, much smaller than was tested before dropping it into the bowl. Flaring up with a dark mist, she just lets it all encompass around her face.
And how much do you put in the pot?
I think before was like a bead, so she's gonna go a tenth of that.
Okay.
Or like a marble before, so like a tenth of that.
That's perfectly fine. You throw this in there. And true to form, Edgar's finest work begins to glow and glisten. And this little tenth of a marble size droplet of this tar begins to glow a bright red as if it was heating up like metal. And it takes a good 10 to 15 seconds until it begins to bubble and pop. Little sparks fly over it and then aerosols. It quaffs into your face as you inhale deeply. You start to feel numb. It doesn't seem to have the exact desired effect that you had last time. You deduce that it's probably because of the quantity you used.
Once the numbing passes, kind of sit and think for a bit. Then just say, fuck it, and up it to 50% of the size.
You do it. It takes about 60 seconds. And eventually spark, bubble, pop, aerosol. You deep breathe in. And
Huffing that shit.
yeah, as the rain, you're kind of looking down into the bowl, I feel, as you huff it. And the rain is hitting the back of your head at this point. kind of drips around the sides of your cheeks and into the bowl, and even the water gets incinerated as it goes in aerosols and just turns to water vapor. You begin to drift off to sleep, and in your head, as your vision dips, your body just leans to the side, head lightly hitting the floor, making a loud, or more like this.
Mm-hmm.
The bowl is the last thing, or the pot is the last thing you see before you completely drift off, and you just see the pot rolling halfway across the room. And we'll leave Senra there for the moment.
Yep. Because she's not doing shit else.
Fate.
So I'm in the in the church here, so I'm just gonna make my way out of it. And when I pass one of these guards, I'm gonna ask them where I can find Cal.
Oh, yeah, I guess Cal's just Mr. Popular these days, as you talk to the 5 guards in the fronts that you kind of went before. Yes, sire. Cal's in a really important meeting right now. He meets with Edgar around these times. It takes him a decent time with the higher council here. Yeah, so if you need him, I would recommend waiting for him, but he's unavailable until at least after supper.
Oh, interesting. So is the higher council just a bunch of locals and along with Cal?
Well, a couple days ago when the Holy Empire brought their first ship in here, that's where we came from, of course, we reinforced the town, hearing the great news, and there were a few, let's call them imports from the northern Holy Empire area that have decided to assist ownership of this town. It helps kind of strategically give us a little bit more leeway, a little bit more experience than everything that Edgar can do by himself. And Cal was agreed to be on that board as well.
Good to know. Take care. And Fate's just gonna waddle into town.
But sire, it's raining. Don't you want to stay dry?
There's no time for that.
Okay. Well, if I see him, I'll be sure to let him know that. Sire, I apologize. What's your name?
Fate.
Fate. I'll let him know that Fate's looking for you, or for him. You continue to walk away. What do you wish to do?
Is there an armor, like a normal store in this town? Or like a potion shop in the town, or a weapon shop in the town?
No, there definitely is a blacksmith. I believe you've met him before.
Yep, met the blacksmith before.
Sure. You make your way to the blacksmith.
Yeah, introduce myself. Say I'm looking for something in particular.
You know, as you make your way towards the blacksmith, you hear blink, blink. Definitely sounds like hammer on metal. And he looks up. Hey, Fate. Long time no see.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Hey, have you seen Oscar around? I'm gonna show him what I've learned from these books.
He's somewhere in town. I'll send him over if I see him.
Oh, that's fantastic. Look at me. I could do more than just horseshoes now. I could do look at this. I could make the swords. I got daggers. The Holy Empire's commissioned me to make some plate. This is great.
Awesome. That's wonderful.
So, I thought you guys left. What brings you back?
I completed one task, and now we're re-gearing for the next.
Okay. I assume you need me to make you something, as he says, really excited.
Looking for a special kind of sword.
I mean, I have swords on the wall there. They're short, some of them. They may not be perfectly straight, but they're sharp.
Yeah, but it's not the right feel. I need something that looks and feels and moves like a sword, but it's light, like my rapier.
Hold on. And he kind of goes behind the anvil underneath, as if there was a compartment. And you hear, as you hear him kind of flipping through pages.
Poor kid.
I mean, I don't, I've worked really hard to learn what I've learned, and now you're asking me for something I can't do. I'm so sorry. And
It's fine.
in his own
Continue
failure,
making,
you can see
continue making the swords you can make.
you can see his eyes start to well up a little bit as he feels disappointed. He just wanted to impress you.
You made my protege cry.
Well, you have my damn sword, dude. Come on.
You monster.
But wait, have you tried Wine's place, the armory? He's bound to have rapiers and swords like that you're looking for.
I was just there. I didn't see anything that met my needs.
Well, I mean, the Holy Empire, once a week they bring in a ship. They had one about 4 days ago. They usually have some things they give us to arm ourselves. Some of them inherently magical. I know that. I mean, I'm pretty sure Agnor might still be. I believe he's getting ready to go back to the Northern Lands. You might be able to catch him. He's on the ship.
Interesting. I'll seek them out. Thank you.
You sure you don't need like horseshoes or something?
We need our wagon fixed up a bit. If you want to look at that.
What's wrong with it?
Yeah, just normal wear and tear of the road.
I mean, I can look at it. Sure. For free?
Give you a... Yeah, I don't know what... Fate doesn't know what money's worth these days, dude. Like... give you 4 gold?
4 gold for repairs in your cart? Sure. That sounds exciting. Am I allowed to do any upgrades or anything that I want to do?
Oh, if you can make it more efficient and better, go for it.
Sure. I got just the thing. He holds his hand out.
Hand him 4 gold coins.
Woohoo! And he kind of retreats back into his little blacksmith housing area, and you hear kind of like clattering and rumbling, and something gets pushed over and spills onto the floor. You hear, shit! I'm sorry, I need a second here. I just made myself laugh. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
And with that, Ririn's gonna go outside.
You head outside. You stand in the middle of the road. The rain is still very much a thing here, and you could swear you hear a rumbling of thunder in the distance.
Fate's gonna... I think Fate's gonna go find everybody else. Head towards the inn and the caravan over there where he saw people last. See if you can meet up with anybody.
So I'm sorry, you said you're going to the dock area?
Yeah, the dock, inn, where the wagon was, where I last saw, Oscar and stuff.
It'll take you some time to make your way to the dock, but you will be passing by the cart first. And as you make yourself to the cart, you see the apprentice blacksmith running out of his home with a bag in tow and a book in hand and some tools, as he's kind of like not very graceful with it, almost like it's hairy, like it's heavy what he's carrying, and he kind of like just looking to do a good job. You make your turn to the right-hand side, and you make your way down. And at that point, once again, if you were to look over your shoulder, you would see said person kind of looking over the cart and petting the mules. Which brings us now to Kavul.
Yes.
As you dip into the water, focused strictly on finding this supposed entrance that you just heard about, you hit the water and you follow the floor. It really quickly seems to go from shallow to deep, as this is open ocean and the waves kind of crashing through. You feel the waves pushing your body around a little bit under the waves. You are able to still control it. However, it is not the easiest swim, but it's also not very, very, very difficult. Roll me an investigation, please.
Oh yeah, I'm great at those.
The water itself is murky, especially when you get closer to the shore itself, as the thinner water crashing with the waves seems to muck up the water more with the dirt and debris and the occasional piece of litter that kind of just rotates and swirls under the dock. It also doesn't help that the dock itself casts a shadow on a sunless sky, which makes it fairly dim under the docks. Under these conditions, you search around. You can't seem to find exactly what Oscar was talking about.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll go back up to the surface.
You splash up. You take your deep breath in, and you find yourself basically floating under the docks. You look overhead, and you see people walking above you.
I'll climb up and see if I can spot Oscar or anything else.
So, hold on. I just want to make sure I'm understanding this clearly. You want to get on top of the dock from where you just were, like directly above you?
Yeah.
Can you roll me a passive intimidation check, please?
Oh boy. And yeah, if it makes a difference, I just have my shield, my sword, and the staff with me right now.
It makes a difference as this naked lizard pulls himself out of the fucking ocean next to some civilians who get startled. Ah! 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 Guards! Guys, help! Monster!
Oh boy.
I take it I see this whole thing.
You're the other dock. So yeah, you're on the. So there's like 2 or 3 actual docks here. You're on the middle one. He's on the far right one. I guess it's just. I wish I could show you a fucking map. But yeah. So he's a decent.
So is this the same one the shark was put on, or is this the other one?
No, this is the other one. Remember the one where you were fighting the ogres and stuff?
Yeah.
That's the dock that he's on right now, and you're on the dock that everyone else was on during that fight.
Ah, okay. So he's on the far right one.
Correct.
Not okay. Well, I mean, I heard people yelling.
Correct.
So I'll just turn my head and I'm like, no, he's not a monster. He's just different, very different. It's fine.
Yeah. Guards!
Yo, the people of this town are so soft now.
Well,
Please just check in.
I'll start walking back to the other dock. I just got a question.
Yeah.
Would I have recognized Ignor if I saw him on the ship?
Would you have recognized it? Yeah.
And is he still wearing the armor I gave him?
No.
No, he took that off.
No.
Just checking.
But yeah, you would see this individual on the other ship kind of directing traffic. Upon the screaming of guard, he would have been made very well aware of a present. He'll look at you. Does he remember you? That's the question. Oh, he remembers you. Yeah, so, okay. Guard. Oscar's screaming. Egnor would see the yelling from Oscar kind of putting 2 and 2 together. And you hear Egnor shout, "Guards, halt!" And as the guards continue to charge towards Kavul with blades in hands, they don't necessarily attack Kavul, but they seem to like semicircle surround you, Kavul.
I just look at them all. Water's a little bit dark down there.
But at this point, I would already be like heading down towards that dock.
Kavul will say hello to the fancy one.
Oscar, you were saying, I'm sorry?
Well, I was just saying, like, at that point, I take it I probably like drag the shark off the dock and back like onto the beach, and then I'd run over to the other dock. Like, no, it's fine. He's not trying to hurt someone. I think it's fine. I'm just rushing over.
Boy, this is a creature known for its aggression. What do you mean?
creature. They're a race. What are you talking about? That's like saying an elf is a creature, or an orc is a creature. They're all races, just like you and me. It's just different.
Boy, do you speak for this creature?
I speak for myself, but I could tell you that he's an okay dude. He's fine. He's not trying to hurt anyone.
He came out of the water, startled the civilians,
Okay.
naked
Okay.
and armed.
He was out. He was getting food and fish.
You
This is a
feel
fishing area.
you feel a hand on your right shoulder from behind, and it begins to wrap around your other shoulder. As you look to your left.
Oh wait, I can see behind me perfectly.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You would see.
Wait, are you in town with the Aurora Vibes fully visible?
I mean,
oh no, you put
it's
the
just...
cloak on top of it. You never took it off.
No, I didn't. I
remember
didn't
our last session. You put something over top of it.
No, I asked if I could. I didn't. I asked if that would work, but I've been just wearing the robe.
Okay.
You've been going around
That's
town
what- that's-
wearing a robe made of eyeballs that shift and look at
It's
everybody.
not made of eyeballs. It just has eyeball designs on it.
No, it sounded like they were made of eyeballs because he said they were squishy.
No,
Correct me if I'm wrong, Frog.
No, it's as if the patches were okay. So there's eyeball patterns all over it, but the eyeball patterns feel like eyeballs. But it's not all eyeballs. It's just like eyeballs in random locations everywhere.
It's like drawings, or it's a pattern.
But these eyeballs do look very real, is what I'm getting at.
Not actual eyeballs, but actually look like it.
Yes, correct.
They're just well crafted.
Yeah, and they move, they blink, and everything. Nevertheless, so continue,
That's why I was asking.
Continue on the story. So basically, Oscar, you would see Egnor walking up behind you, getting ready to put his arm on your shoulder. As you feel his hand hit your shoulder and wraps around. Fellas. This is a buddy of mine and his pet.
We'll just chime up. Hi, fancy one.
Good to see you again, Kavul. Sir, you know this creature? Yes, and if you call him a creature again, I'll be forced to submit your name to Cal, and then you have to deal with him directly. Sorry, sir. Now, why don't you get back to your posts and let me handle this? All right, fine. And they kind of begin to retreat their swords back into their sheaths and make their way back into town and wrap around the dock and back towards the other ship. What are you guys doing here?
We came back to town to let Mr. Edgar and Cal and Keith know that we made it to Milindar or whatever, and
you mean
it's a
Mirladar.
complete... Yeah, that place.
You know,
It's a complete war zone.
If you're gonna visit some places, you really should get a tongue for it. You know what I mean?
I'm really bad with names.
Yeah, well, sometimes names will save your life. Like, what's mine?
Your name's Agnor.
It is not Agnor. It's Egnor. Oscar.
Oh, okay.
Fancy man.
I apologize, Egnor.
Nevertheless, what
but
brings
I-
you here? Mirladar, I heard all that stuff. Is Mirladar all right? It's one of my best ventures.
I mean, there's currently a war against an army of undead going on, which is, it seems to be pretty evenly matched currently. The walls are still holding strong, so we were asked to try to assist with taking down some vampires, but we needed to restock, so we came back to report that we made that contact and inform them about this place, and to restock and see if we can get any new gear or whatever.
New gear, huh?
How have you been doing?
Well, getting my business back together. I found employment with the Holy Empire. Speaking of which, fancy. Where'd you get such a relic?
You speaking of the robe?
As he kind of like grabs it and kind of tugs on it a little bit, feels the fabric, pokes at one of the eyes.
You remember that necromancer that was that attacked and was working with those slavers that captured you?
Yeah, the one.
I killed
the one
him.
that ran away. You didn't get the fuck out of here. You didn't kill him.
I did it.
You didn't
I
fucking kill him.
fucking killed
You
him.
didn't do shit.
I did it.
You got
all on my own.
You got.
It was great.
You got proof.
This also that staff was his, and I gave it to Gavul. I also have the bandolier that he had, but I don't know if Agno ever saw that. But yeah, no, I 100% killed him. It was great.
You know, I know someone who's in the market for one of these things. How about I give you 1,000 for it?
The robe?
Yeah.
I'm okay. I'm liking being able to know when people...
You're a hard sell. I get it. 5,000 final offer.
I'm okay right now.
Look, 6,000. Fine. Twist my arm. It's not my money anyway. This is Holy Empire money. Come on,
I got a golden dragon scale.
Golden dragon scale, huh? Do you have more? You have more than one?
The rest melted.
Melted. You tell me you took out Mr. Runaway Guy in gas form, and now you're telling me you have dragon scale, which clearly comes from one thing. Look, Oscar, I respect you.
I pull out the scale.
I respect you and all, but this could have just fallen from the sky.
Well, in regards to the guy that ran away, I trapped him in a bubble, and killed him before he can, turn into smoke and get away. And in regards to the dragon, there's some weird fucking stuff going on with in the mountainous and forest area. We saw some griffins as well as that dragon that were filled to the brim and covered with this black viscous gunk. And so we fought the dragon. And we managed to kill it. But it seemed to have been weakened slightly, so that was probably why we were able to finish it off. But this was the only thing that was left of it.
He grabs you on your left shoulder as he's facing in front of you and puts his left hand, like the back of his knuckles, on your forehead. And says, Oscar, look, I don't know how long you've been in the rain, but clearly you're not feeling very well. Come, let's get inside. We can talk more. But please, enough with the tall tales, will you?
Why don't you believe me? I don't lie.
Because I've seen your prowess in the field, okay? It's nothing near the bravery it takes to take down what you're saying, okay? But look, it's cool. Hey, it's cool. Hey, relax.
Back me up,
Chill.
please.
Relax. It's okay, all right? Look, I got work to do. I saved your life. You don't want to sell me anything,
How'd you save my life?
I see how I'm repaid. It's fine. No big deal. Look, all right, just here's a coin. Here's a copper. Go get some soup, okay? And get better.
We'll ask. just completely oblivious to what's going on. Just ask. So, you get anything good for the armor?
Yeah. Yeah, I totally... I have it in my home.
Will just nods.
Oscar's just slack-jawed, eyes wide open.
Well, look, Kavul, you really shouldn't, A, be naked, and B, you can't just be walking around a civilized town, looking the way you do.
Couldn't get my pants wet with swimming around.
Well,
I hand him his pants, still slack-jawed. Here, just take them. Take your pants. We can check it out tomorrow with Kuza.
I'll put my pants back on.
I think Kuza's in the water right now. I promise you, I killed him. I swear. Whatever. Do you know? So I checked out the stuff that was back at the armory, and I was hearing that there's shipments coming in. I take it you're a part of that?
Oh yeah, I've been, I guess, civilian contracted is a way to say it, or promoted. I don't know, whatever. They pay me. I bring in wares and kind of go back to my old ways, except this time legal. Which I guess is a step in the right direction, I suppose. You know, I guess at least I get more protection, I guess. Granted, my yield is significantly reduced, but you know, my mother always said something's better than nothing.
Did you happen to remember anything about the ring?
You still have the ring?
Yes. It's stuck on my hand.
Well, the sooner you cut your finger off, the better.
I might die. Okay, forget it. Okay, Egnor, it was great. I'm gonna go. If you're still around when we're here later, it's nice seeing you, man. If you know of any cool magical stuff that can help me cast more magic or whatever, I'm the first person. I will spend so much for such a thing. But not. I'm not even gonna play. I'll spend so much.
Persuasion check.
I'm gonna go. I have to cook that shark.
Persuasion check, please.
Okay.
Okay, fine. 7,000. Final offer.
And I'm just gonna walk away.
Are you sure you won't take 7.5?
I like it. It lets me see the forlorn expression on your face as I walk away.
He mumbles to himself, "You're gonna fucking see this."
So Kavul will ask him, "Do you sell anything?"
I am the premier salesman of these seas. Always getting goods from whoever wishes to purchase. Based on the look of you, you're not the kind of client I would deal with. But hey, your buddy's going away. Just will you cover your head or something? All right.
Did Oscar give him his backpack back as well?
Yeah, I handed you your stuff,
Okay.
especially your pants.
I can buy stuff. I know what gold is now.
So just before just before fucking whatever. So
Kuza?
just as that conversation's happening, Kuza, as you went to follow the lizard dude, you naturally would kind of break up past him as he pulls himself out of the water. And you're under the dock at this current moment, and that's where you hear guard, and all the commotion and all that jazz. And then the conversation that's happening, and whatnot. So what are you doing at this point?
I guess, yeah, I'll just kind of climb out of the water and join them. Because I saw Kovul initially, and I was going to go follow him, and then he went back up.
Gotcha. Well, as you pull yourself up, Oscar is on his way out. Kavul's like putting his shit on, his backpack and whatnot. Egnor, who sees Kuza come out of the water, looks at Kavul and then looks at Kuza. He kind of just a hefty sigh and just walks away like, it's all just coming from everywhere. These fucking people. Back to work I go. Kavul, stay safe.
Kavul follows him. You sure you're not selling?
I'm pretty sure there's not enough pockets in the world that you could hold what I need from you. But thank you. If I find any good bones, I'll be sure to let you know.
Kavul just shrugs and goes to the inn.
As you shrug, Kuza would come up on your right-hand side as you both watch Oscar and Egnor walking back into town.
Well, I'm heading back to the shark.
We're getting there. To get to the shark, you have to go into town and around. So you would see the both of them walking away from you. How does that sound?
Yeah. I'd go to follow.
Sure, you just
because I'm trying to figure out where the hell my shark went.
Sure, you just dust Kavul and follow Oscar.
Yeah, kind of.
Absolutely. Kavul, yet again, it seems to be a common theme with you. You're alone.
Rough.
He's used to it. He's lived alone for many years, so.
Sweet. What is Mr. Alone going to do at this point?
He's gonna go to the inn.
Absolutely. You make your way to the inn, and you would bump into Fate. Fate, you see Kavul still dripping wet as his scales are kind of glistening what little sunlight seems to be breaking through the occasional rain cloud, which is not much at all. Once again, the sound of thunder kind of rolling in the plains, not quite overhead here yet, but it seems like it's coming closer. You would see Kavul dripping wet. You're dripping wet. You meet each other in front of the inn.
I'm gonna look at Kavul. I'm like, Kavul, you better get out of here before you do something stupid.
I know what gold is now. I'm gonna pay.
You got 100 gold?
I reach into my pouch and pull out 100.
Well, go pay. And Fate's just gonna attempt to go inside and yeah, I'm just going to the inn and sit by the fire and dry up.
As you make your way to the front door, the two guards that are there, Fate, as you get closer to the door, they actually open the door for you.
We'll try to follow behind him.
The guard, as Fate goes in, the guard begins to close the door. As Kavul tries to make his way in, the guard puts his hand up again and kind of, puts his hand right over your chest and kind of prevents you from walking forward. Haven't we covered this already?
No, I pay. I found out what gold is.
Right. Show me.
You'll hold up a single piece.
What's that? A toy?
Gold.
Yeah, and how much more of it do you have?
A few.
Enough to pay your tab?
Yes.
Let me see.
He kind of tries to look at Fate.
Oh, Fate's
He's
inside,
seen I
right?
have it. Oh. I wasn't sure if he stopped that. I have enough. Just let me in.
I'm sorry, but you're not permitted on these premises unless we have exact amount that's owed. I believe.
Well, I don't owe you. I owe the owner, the dwarf man.
You're absolutely correct.
So bring dwarf man here, and I'll pay him.
Mr. Dwarf Man has a name, and not only does he have a name, he's also made it very clear that you're not allowed to be on the premise. The other guard actually starts to kind of act macho, and his chest begins to puff out a little bit, and he just kind of keeps an eye on you from like 2 feet away. Mr. Dwarf Guy has a name, and it's Sulfy. All right, and Sulfy has already told us he doesn't want you on the premise, so if you have any business to conduct with him directly, you're going to have to deal with it through me.
You go get him, and I'll pay him. I don't owe you nothing.
Carry on. Have a nice day.
He'll try to go through the door since he was told to carry on.
He holds his hand out in front of you yet again. Look, you're fortunate enough for me to even give you this much courtesy, being what you are. Okay? You're not wanted here. I recommend moving on someplace else.
Hal's Empire sucks ass.
Kavul's not really happy with both these guards here.
Okay.
So I'm gonna need him to make some wisdom saving throws.
Okay.
And I'm gonna cast hold person upcast it so I can target 2.
Okay. What's your DC on that?
The DC is 14.
So.
Oh no!
Kavul's had enough.
Let me take my
Screw these guys.
Let me take my glasses off. Okay. So, I need to know what your intentions are, Kavul.
He just wants to hold him in place to go inside and pay what he owes. What?
That's on the soundtrack. I never removed it. 1 second. There you go. Okay, so you. What's the spell look like when you cast it, buddy?
He just snarls at both of them, just gazing into their souls as they just freeze up
The
and
individual,
paralyze.
the individual with the hand on your chest, um, he seems to be locked in place, and like his mouth is like mid conversation with you, so his mouth is still open as if he just stopped talking for a minute, but it has no ability to, like he's frozen in time. The other one, however, what'd you do to my friend? And begins to reach. God. He begins to reach his hip, which has a sword on it.
Kavul just says, "I'm gonna go pay," and just starts to open the door and tries to go through.
This individual pulls out the sword and uses the butt end of it to push you back. I guess we're doing this. All right. What's your
Sorry, Frog, but it's Kavul.
Oh, it is what it is. What's your AC?
AC with my shield is... It did not update for some reason. Oh, sorry. Fuck. My sheet is a little bit fucked up. 16.
You, out of a reaction, you pull up your shield a little bit, and the butt end of his sword kind of hits your shield, but he continues to push you with a slight degree of force that doesn't allow you to go into the establishment. What are you gonna do?
Oh god. Okay, I guess Kavul's gonna do this. He's gonna... Oh. Sorry, but not sorry at the same time. I just want to double check something, sorry. Oh, that's also concentration. Yeah, he's just gonna use his new found weapon on this guy.
Oh no. Oh
Are you
no.
talking about the staff?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Hold on one second here. This is not to scale. I'm just setting a scene. Just give me a moment.
I'm sorry, I just Kavul's had enough of being kicked around.
All right. So the green one.
Everyone thought it would be Senra, but it wasn't.
The green.
I mean,
The green
they've
one's
been
gonna
on his ass.
The green one is gonna represent the one that you have held at the moment. The gray one.
Okay.
Don't mind the names and don't mind the figurines. It's just something quick that I grabbed.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he's gonna swing at the one that's hitting him with the sword.
Sure. Roll your attack. With a 10, this guy ducks out of the way, creating... So, essentially, actually, the setting is more like this, because he's preventing you from going in. So, as you swing at Grey Dude, who seems to be named Vincent at the moment, as you swing at Vincent, he ducks out of the way. Your staff slams into the door behind him. What's the name of your staff? Withering Staff?
Yeah, it's a staff of withering. It doesn't actually expend the charge until I actually hit with it. So
Fate.
Yep.
You walk into this establishment, right, and you get maybe 5 to 10 feet away from the door, and you hear a bang at the front door, and as you turn to look at the door, you start to see this hole begin to develop and decay and crumble, leaving what appears to be a peephole the size of a fist. And you hear commotion outside. Vincent. What's he gonna do? Hold on. Fucking shit. Vince's gonna try to grab you.
Well, I still have my bonus action.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna bite him with hungry jaws.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Mess with the lizard, you get the teeth.
As you bite down into Vincent, a scream of agony can be heard. You feel Vincent's blood from his arm dribble into your mouth and onto your tongue. The taste itself is pleasant to you, but the intention is more angry. That's when Vincent will attempt to grapple you. Roll a athletics or acrobatics check, please.
Okay.
And beat a 17.
What about match of 17?
Meat always beats. So as Vincent attempts to grab you, because of the gash in his arm from your teeth, it seems as if his left arm was the weakest, and you were able to kind of maneuver out of him trying to grab you. Fate, you're up.
I'm gonna go. Oh god. I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna look through the hole. I'm assuming I'm gonna see like Kavul and a guard grappling and some other guards frozen in time.
I'm going to say you get there in time to see Kavul munching on an arm temporarily. And then you see Vincent try to grab Kavul, but kind of wither himself away or wiggle himself away. And you see a dude with a hand up as if he was trying to hold back Kavul with one arm, frozen in time.
Alright, I'm gonna open up the door. I'm like, Kavul, let him go. What are you doing?
As the door opens up, you shout that. Kavul, it's up on you.
Need to pay.
Well, just wait here.
Vincent, follow. Oh my god, that's a nat 20. Vincent takes his sword as he's shouting, "Guards, help!" Eight slashing damage rakes across. Yeah, I rolled like shit. Rakes across your chest, just under some of your plate there.
I used my temporary hit points.
You
I
also-
had them marked on my sheet.
So that was 8 damage, right? I rolled my dice out of the way.
Yeah, that's after the temporary hit points. So.
Okay, I need you to also roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. If it's for concentration, I have advantage. Just
Ooh.
so. Warcaster.
Lucky you. All right. It's Fate. You're up as you seem to be pleading with Kavul.
Alright, everybody just stop what you're doing. Calm down. What the heck is going on?
Kavul, you take a slash across your neck. What are you doing? Or across your chest. What are you doing?
I just standing there listening to Fate, and I just look at Vincent. I need to pay.
Oscar and Kuza.
Yes.
You're but maybe a half a block away as you hear, "Guards! Guards!"
But the Shaw. Come on. And Oscar double dashes.
Kuza will quickly follow behind him.
Sure. You are a couple hundred feet away, or let's just say 200 feet away, just for aesthetic purposes. And we'll just place you on the table just once again for just shits and grins, so at least signify what the situation is here. As you kind of double dash around to the corner, you will see Kavul in an active scuffle with one of the Holy Empire guards.
More like goons.
Fair enough. So you say that to Fate. Fate, what's your response?
I'm just gonna cost of goes. Kavul, just give me the 100 gold. I'll pay for you.
So
I must do it.
currently in active combat, so conversations are going to act a little different at this time. But individuals at the bar, Fate, you hear chairs screeching across the floor as they get dragged. You know that chair across the floor sound. And you look over your shoulder, and you see. Let's make it 5. You see 5 of the individuals that were drinking, who look very off-duty soldier-like, stand up, who also have swords in their possession, and begin to approach the door.
I'm just going to turn to look at those guys then and be like, hey, get the owner out here. Some guys out here causing a ruckus. Says he needs to pay the owner. You guys know what this is about?
Persuasion.
I got 8 persuasion, man.
Yeah, it's good stuff. 1 second here. Sophie, who heard that from the door, will poke his head up from behind the bar as these 5 are still continuing to come closer to investigate what's shouting fucking guard. However,
Little bitch.
That's funny. This whole time I actually had a token named fucking guard, who in this case here is going to be Sophie for now. All right, so that happens. Sophie comes from up behind the bar. Nevertheless, Vincent, in active combat, is going to try to sink the end of his blade into Kavul's belly with a 16 to hit.
Matches, so hits.
You feel on your scale in your stomach area this blade begin to sink in slightly, maybe about an inch. 4 piercing damage slides as his other arm is on your shoulder, almost like he's pulling you into the blade at the same time. His arm, still bleeding, kind of drips onto the floor. Kuza and Oscar, you still see this scuffle going on. You gonna come closer?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say you're like 1 more turn away from being able to be close enough to do something. That being said,
Can I say something?
you can say whatever the hell you want.
What the fuck?
Fate.
Yep. My turn again, or
Yeah. I mean, I'm
is
trying.
that? Am I getting that dwarf out here?
Like it's
Is he
not
coming?
active combat, but the dwarf is definitely kind of on his way and walking around the outside of his little fucking bar, and it seems to be making his way towards the door. The other 5 are probably like 10 feet in front of you or behind you, which way you wish to associate yourself.
I'm just gonna look at Vincent. It's like, hey, just take let's everyone just take a step back here. You know, it's not no need for any violence now, or no need for more violence here. We can settle this matter.
Step aside for the Holy Empire. That comes from one of the 5 that seem to be like in active attempts to kind of move you to the side so they could open the door.
I thought the door. I thought, oh, I'm in the door pathway. I mean,
Yeah,
or whatever.
that's what I
All right. Yeah, I'll slide over.
Okay, you fucking slide over. As our dear dwarf heads to you, and that's when we take it to Kavul.
I will just take a step back.
Okay, after getting stabbed, you take a step back, and he will swing again with a fucking 17. Why can't I roll like this when I'm actually a player?
His life is wrong.
Adam's crying in his grave.
He kind of backhand swings the sword across your arm and kind of clips you for a mere 2 slashing damage.
And I'll just state a fate. Can I eat him now? He keeps hitting me.
Give me
That's it.
another.
No,
Hold on.
can
Oh,
I
yeah.
get to respond
Concentration,
because he
yep.
talked?
Hold on 1 second. We still need to do our concentration checks.
Yep.
2 of them to be exact. I kind of missed out on the other one.
Advantage on both,
Yep.
so yep.
Beautiful. Look at you holding it like a champ. Sure, you can shout back briefly.
Oh, just fall on the ground and play dead.
I grumble, but that's all I'm doing for now.
At this point, Oscar and Kuza would at least be close enough to engage in the conversation or situation. I'm not going to say you'll be able to, like, swing or something, but you're at least in the proximity. What do you guys want to do?
Is he still actively trying to attack Kavul?
Yeah, he's got a fucking bite in his arm.
And I'm just gonna run up until I can get, I'll save it till I can get within range.
Okay, so then next turn you'll be able to get in between them, metaphorically speaking. What about you, Kuza?
Sure.
Am I able to get into melee with like 5 feet range of the one that's not held?
Negative. This last dash
Okay.
got you into the fray, just not
Gotcha.
directly. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, you're there now. So
Yep,
next round,
Yeah,
you'd
no,
absolutely.
that's yep. I was just wanting clarification. Was all. Yep,
Are they
then, yeah,
are they like right next to me or?
They are behind you, but I'm not going to say they're right behind you. They're obviously this is not the scale. This is just a referencing point. But they're a couple of feet behind you.
Yeah, I'm just wondering for my shield, because if they're both within 5, I get extra AC.
Sure, I mean that's fine. This is not official combat, but
Okay.
that's fine.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, that's all I need to check. Yeah, that's all I'm doing is just standing there.
Yeah. Cruiser's just going to charge forward. He's going to charge forward to get into the fray.
All right. As these 5 other guards start to fucking A, hold on.
Angle line.
As these 5 other guards, technically this fight would have been happening here at this point. They kind of make their way out. What's going on here? Get off of him! And as they all draw their blades, they seem to be very much engaged with the situation. As that happens, Sulfi talks to Fate and quickly says, "What do you mean, pay me back?"
The guy there from earlier, he's got your gold. He's trying to pay you back, but these guards just won't let him pay for some reason. I don't get it.
Sounds like 5 seconds to me. That takes us to Vincent yet again. Oh my god, it's another nat 20.
Oh, let's do it.
That one's a better hit. That one was 13. Slashes into your leg a little bit there. He seems to still be coming. He seems to be also favoring that left arm that you bit. I'm going to say these guards are going to attack on the following round. Kavul, you're up. Actually, Kavul, first Constitution save. Oh, you did already. Good. Now you're up, Kavul.
Who got disconnected?
Oh, the music bot.
Oh, okay.
The heck?
Well, time to switch tactics up.
You just can't negotiate with racists, guys.
Kavul, I want to talk to you, man. What's going on?
Oh, it's my turn. Sorry, I did miss that part. I'm gonna give him a chance since Fate's still talking, and he told me to back off. So I'm gonna do a nice 2nd level cure wounds on myself for 10.
Sure thing. As you cast your spell on you, Oscar and Kuza comes in just from behind you. And does.
I'm gonna pull my dagger and run up. And do I see these guys like standing out, like about trying to get out here, or
Their blades are drawn at this point, and it looks
okay?
like they are definitely targeting Kavul.
I'm going to cast grease under them.
Okay.
Relax. Stop attacking people.
Sure.
God dang racists.
Yeah, and grease just happens, right? And it's based off
Yeah.
of mine. Okay, cool.
And then they have to make deck saves to
Saves,
not fall on their asses.
Saves initially or at the end of turn?
Uh,
Because I think it's if they start in it or
it's
pass
initial for when it's first casted.
Okay. So
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just gonna say you get all 6. That's a fail. That's a fail. Wait, what's your DC?
I believe it's 14.
Oh, yep. So
It is 14.
2 fails, 3 fails, 4 fails. Fucking A, 5 fails. 6 fails. They all they all just kind of like dog pile on top of each other.
Is that including the guy that yeah, so it's this guy. So yeah, I'm just gonna walk over and just be like grab, like get in front of Kavul and like push him back and then stand between him and Vincent, and just like I don't know how tall he is. Oscar's like 6 feet, and he's just gonna stare him in the eyes. I don't know what's going on here, but this is probably on you. So why don't you cool it for a sec, because I can see that you've been attacking my friend a bunch, but I could barely see any wounds on you.
All right.
So he's probably trying not to kill you.
Pause there. 5-second increments. Kuza, you see Oscar sail some of that as he's casting this grease, and they all fall on the ground. You got the frozen guy in front, and you don't see Fate of the Dwarf. So what's Kuza going to do at this moment as you see Oscar casting grease and then moving towards Kavul? Kuza, you muted?
Did he say he was going somewhere? I don't see anything.
Me
Oh.
either. Oh well.
He just disconnected. He's
So-
probably trying to reconnect.
There he is.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Apparently my headset decided it wanted to stop working momentarily. So yeah, I had a plan and then grease happened.
Oh, you're talking about grease was great.
It was. I just wasn't expecting that. I guess. God, that kind of killed what I was going to do initially. I was going to bullhead charge, and then they all got knocked down, and
I stole his thunder.
kind of. Just a little bit.
So what you gonna do, Kuza?
I guess I'll run up next to Kavul, and outside that, I don't know, and I'll just pass turn because I honestly don't know. It's I got nothing right now. I'll just get up next to Kavul. I'll be on the between Kavul and the Massa guards, like that just slipped on the grease between, if that makes sense.
As you do what you just said, you can't help but notice the crowd that seems to be gathering around as this little mini skirmish is happening. Back inside, however, the dwarf. Where's this man you speaking about?
It's right out the door. He has your money. The guards aren't letting him pay, though. I don't get it.
Are you talking
Good.
about that filthy lizard?
Who else owes you 100 gold?
My line of work, you'd be surprised, regardless of which. Where is he? I want my money.
Right out the door.
You going first, Fate, or?
Yeah, that's the end of my turn. I'm just talking to him.
Well, so you're not going to go outside with him?
Nope.
Okay. Oh, shit.
As he enters the green.
He comes out.
Well,
He totally like slips, but that kind of slip that your legs spread apart and you do an inadvertent split, and you hear him kind of.
flexible, aren't you?
Oh! I can't.
I'm okay with this.
I can't believe this is happening.
I can't believe it's not butter.
What is this shit? What's going on here? Get up!
I stopped the thugs from attacking people.
As they attempt to stand up, and if they move in it or they leave it, as they leave it,
No. If they exit it, they're fine. It's if they stay in it, they have to keep doing it.
got you. And they are going
Yeah,
to.
it is difficult terrain, but whatever.
I think it's technically they start their turn in the grease. So if
Yeah.
they get pushed into it from like an Eldritch Blast with knockback.
I mean, ideally, they're going to be like on the floor already, so they're just going to like crawl and roll until they get to dry surface, and then they'll stand up.
You know, at some bars, this is a show.
Kuza, what kind of a stance do you have right now?
Kind of like two fists and the tentacles, like ready to like slap and grab something. Like I'm. Yeah. Just kind of like ready, just waiting to see if they try to swing at me. If so, just be able to swing back.
They're about to kind of push you to the side to get to Kavul.
When one tries to go like push me, can I try to like grapple him?
Sure.
Yeah, I'll go to do that. 22 on athletics.
Oh yeah. Okay. Let's just say this dude right here is the one you grab.
Yeah.
As he tries to push you to the side.
I'll just kind of grapple him and then I guess like kind of like shot him into the other two.
Sure.
Put him back in the grease.
As you wrap up your tentacle around his throat, you fling him into the other two. I'll give them a fair check to try to. Yeah, no. Their bodies collide, and they like get pushed back like 5 feet, trying to grab their buddy. And let's see if they grab. Nope. And the buddy also falls to the ground as these two are trying to keep him from, not being thrown around, I guess. The dwarf would attempt to stand up and fucking bust his ass yet again. Oh, as he went to stand up, his heels, he lost traction with his heels and he fell like on his flat back. You hear him. Oscar.
So I'd like to. So the guy that was in a straight up tussle with Kavul, has he backed off at all?
No, he's right here. He's currently standing up from being gunked over.
Okay. Well, I'm still I'm gonna make it. I'd like to make an intimidation on him to try to get him to back down.
Okay. What do you want to say or do?
So, I'm just gonna, like I said, I have my dagger out. I'm not gonna point it at him, but I'm just holding it in attention. Look at him, say, "Now, I don't know what the situation here is about, but it's obviously a misunderstanding. So why don't you all stop before you get hurt, please?"
Are you sure you want to do intimidation and not persuasion?
I'll do persuasion instead.
He stands up. Your friend attacked me.
Kavul, did you attack him?
He wouldn't let me pay.
You are not wanted in this place, and you bit me.
Did
That's
you put
after
your hands
you
on him
stabbed
first?
me.
You swung at me with a club. What is this commotion going on out here? Fate, what are you doing in this whole situation? You just chilling in the bar? Fate?
He doesn't want any part of this.
Fate is AFK. Okay, so continuing on as
He's drinking.
the dwarf announces, "What the heck is going on out here?"
Sounds like your guards are, being a little racist and not letting my friend pay you, even though I explained to him what money was earlier, and the first thing he said he wanted to do was pay someone he owed money.
That thing doesn't belong in here.
Don't call him a thing.
You don't tell me what I do in my establishment.
You're outside right now. If you want to back up. Yeah, punk ass.
Just
Now,
don't have me have
you
you
asked him to give
don't
you money,
make
right?
me have you get hauled off, okay? He is not
I'd
allowed
like to
on
see
my
you
premise.
try.
Guard,
Okay, then Kavul,
hold on.
you don't
Stop,
pay
stop,
him.
stop,
You don't
stop.
have to pay him then.
Guards, seize him.
I wouldn't do that if I was you.
These three take their eyes off of Kavul and start to surround you.
Green flame blade.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? That would be a perfect place for tonight's ending, I think.
This town just became hella racist and annoying.
Life
You know
is
what's
the
funny?
sweetness of fruit
By
and the glory of battle.
you know, it's what I find funny. It is out of character, right? So what I found funny is that in Oscar's eyes, the town is racist when it's only been like maybe 3 people that have really acknowledged the fact that there's a lizard folk in town.
3 people. It's literally been
Yeah.
all
People
of these
last time
dudes
liked
and
me.
the other guards.
Who?
It's been like 12 people.
Who oppressed your lizard friend here?
The 5 guards.
5
at
guards?
The,
You mean the 5
Yeah.
guards who didn't allow him in because he didn't have any proof of papership?
no, they just like this guy called him a thing.
Yeah, well, you're right.
And a creature.
I'm not saying that there isn't a dialect that would separate. Let's say they look down to lizard folk. Sure, I'll give you that. But what did they
Nah.
do to him exactly?
They're not treating him, like a person. They're treating him like he's less of a person than they are, even though he's just another race.
Okay, and that's a fair assessment.
And they're also pissing me off.
It is what it is. I'm cool with it, man. Let's see what happens. Boy, Cal's gonna love you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Nah, fuck these guys.
I mean, this town used to like me.
It's all these new people from the Holy Empire trying to take shit. And now we're gonna have to fuck up all these guards.
You said they're trying.
While Fate is drinking a martini.
They're trying.
Well,
What are they trying to take? I'm confused. I'm gonna see what the perception is.
well, I'm just gonna say this out of character. Kavul gave him one last chance.
It's all good. I'm excited to see where this goes.
Oh yeah.
A bunch of
It's gonna
dead.
be great.
Oh wait, I
I'd
casted
say
a
where
spell. Let
one
me
thing's
see if my
going,
wild
if I
magic goes
remember.
off.
Oh shit! Yeah, the wild magic.
Damn it!
Oh,
That would have been great.
that would have been a hilarious fireball. What?
All I know is next week I am repeating the goblin incident where I'm beating a motherfucker with a motherfucker. One of these guards is going
Yeah.
flying.
I'm strong now, so
Fate, are you there, Fate?
Yep.
Are you aware of everything that just happened, or were you AFK for a while?
Well, I'm aware of everything.
Okay, because we were calling on you earlier. You didn't answer. I figured you went AFK.
I literally just stepped away for like 2 seconds, but I heard everything else.
Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah, my turn. Fate would be Fate actually would go to the bar and I would throw a gold shilling like on the counter. I would pour myself a drink and I'd just be like face bombing myself while drinking. a nice like aged whiskey or something.
Not helping.
Not helping.
I think it's hilarious that the only person who's not in this whole mess is the one off getting high.
So I will.
Yeah, that was what I was thinking too. Like Senra's just become a drug addict. I made Senra a drug addict by accident.
Consequences.
So, speaking of, I love the word consequences right now. I think it's an appropriate fit.
Episode title: Consequences.
Consequences.
Yes.
You know, maybe I should start doing that.
Racism.
Maybe I should
They were
start.
a thing.
Maybe I should
We're gonna
start.
spend the next 5 sessions in this damn town.
Oh, sorry.
That's
I
how long
have
it's
to
gonna
make this
take.
joke with Senra when I heard what you're doing. I'm like, Senra's just smoking pot.
That was not pot.
Oh, it's just me.
That was not pot.
She wishes
It's
it was fucking
shrooms.
pot. Oh,
They're
she
smoking
wishes it was
shrooms.
shrooms too.
I mean, it's literally a smoking pot, though.
Shroom juice.
So yeah, I think maybe that's a good
Probably
idea.
more like crack.
Maybe I'll go back and I'll title all of our past episodes.
Yeah.
Give them
I've been
names.
doing that with Naziak.
Where in the server can we see like the VODs and stuff? I tried looking for it before and I couldn't find it.
It's on his
It's
YouTube.
the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Oh. I don't
Rob,
remember
did you
the
want to
YouTube
meet for
channel.
like a few minutes after this, or some other day?
I mean, I still have to plan
Process.
things. I mean, I definitely, without saying anything, so definitely love our conversation and definitely think it's going to be great as far as development is concerned. I just need to figure out an implementation, and then yes, once I get that in my head, then we can discuss details around that.
Okay, so just let me know. I'm gonna wait for that.
Yep, no doubt about
Oscar?
it. And once again, guys, next week, like I said, it's 50-50 if we're gonna have a session next week. I apologize. I know the holidays took a bunch of time away from us. I need to get the surgery, so it's,
Yeah, no, all good, man. No.
Yeah, you're okay.
Yeah.
I won't be mad that you have
honestly-
to get surgery.
Yeah, it's honestly with it being surgery. At least for me personally, if you want to just take that week off, I get it.
Do it. I'd say
Fucking
go for
surgery. It's like I personally get it, and I and all that shit.
it. Yeah, I mean, I'd be right with them saying take the week off, man.
Do what you gotta do.
Your health is
Yeah.
more important than D&D sessions.
Gotcha. No, I appreciate the support, guys. No doubt. If your tokens are on, please turn them off for me. And I don't think they're on.
We never entered
I-
combat, so we never rolled initiative.
Mine is on. If someone can turn mine off, because I wasn't sure if we were going to combat this session. I already closed tabletop. If someone can, thank you.
Yeah, not a problem. We can get that done.
Man,
Awesome.
that was fun.
So definitely.
I just wanted to make potions.
So the intention was definitely to be an RP heavy session. Definitely a lot of RP. Sorry, the map was not working. I'm gonna try to get that fixed by next week if I'm around.
That's no biggie.
And
We didn't really need it.
Yeah, I just like to have the atmosphere too. You know how I do. But yeah, man. So that was fun. Any questions, comments, or concerns before we get going here?
Why so racist, huh?
Might be part of the story, dude. Who knows?
I will say this. I do like how you... Okay, so it's out of character, right? So session's over. So I will say this. I do like how you seem to acknowledge that it's these Holy Empire guys. It's the new people. The new recruits. Or not even recruits. They seem to be seasoned. But,
We're like insurgents.
you know, at times of war... You know,
There it is.
things
This would
are
be a little
things are
hard
different.
of a word.
Racist. If you're a racist, any word is not hard enough.
Nevertheless, it sounds like you
I
guys.
need to talk super quick about my character's backstory here, because I got a feeling that you misunderstood like a small little part about it.
Yeah,
Well,
This is
me?
why you to fix it before the story goes too far.
That's perfectly fine as long as it's quick because I got to get out of here. And
Yeah, it's pretty quick.
All right, so I'll pull you down a channel. Everyone else, hey, sweet dreams and shit. If I don't see you next week, I am sorry. I will poke you guys. Nevertheless, I will be here available all week. You're more than welcome.
Frog.
Yep.
And before you go, sorry I had to cut you off. I just wanted to let you know my payment will be coming in this Friday.
That's
for
fine.
the last 2
no,
weeks.
No
so.
rush, man. I trust you. I got to update my spreadsheet anyway. I'll send out PMs this week on anyone who's behind or if something didn't come through. All right, cool, guys. Hey, sweet dreams and shit. Fate, I'll pull you down for like 30 seconds, and then I'm off to bed. I got an early day tomorrow.
Take care.
Ribbit, guys.